you want, what you want. Look at what you got, what you got. Tell me what you want, what you want. Look at what you got, what you got. 'Cause I can give you what you need. I want your fantasy, I got you. Tell me what you want. Look at what you got. If we could really be happy and good together. 'Cause when you touch me and I can't refuse, baby I pray we'll be okay. Say you won't go and break my whole heart now. Feels like playing with fire, but I like the burn. If I could, I'd give it so much sooner. But it don't make sense that I give you all of me. Look at what you got, what you got. Tell me what you want, what you want. Look at what you got, what you got. Tell me what you want, what you want. Look at what you got, what you got. Tell me what you want. Look at what you got. I can't deny it's so cliche. I know your lies, I know your ways, but I'll be fine. This price to pay might just kill me, but I love it. Yeah, I love it. But I love it. Yeah, I love it. What you want? Look at what you got, what you got. Tell me what you want, what you want. Look at what you got, what you got. 'Cause I can give you what you need. I want your fantasy, I got you. Tell me what you want. Look at what you got. We found each other when we both were lost. I tried to hold you back. Never thought I'd fall in love again. I know the pain of being broken hearted and blame myself. So would you stay? I still lay awake every night in my bed. I can see your face, but you're just in my head. I'll go in my life and memories in my mind, and I'll try to heal my scars with the love that once we found.
Okay, evening one and all, and firstly, I'm actually going to say quite a lot tonight. I'm going to say apologies for the drama that happened on Thursday last week. Obviously, Xbox Party and Game Chat went down for a number of teams. We're not talking just one or two, to a point that actually we had to pause the event. Communications were a little bit late going out, but we had 101 messages coming in, so apologies first off. And we are going to be running 5 games tonight, and we're going to be running 5 games on Thursday to make up for the 2 games lost. We're currently sitting at 6 games, but yeah, we've got early start today just to get in the extra game for today and the extra game for on Thursday. And this is the EPT League season number 1. Okay, so first plane rotation is going to be a south to a north. It's a lot in Sverny, Novo, military. We don't really see anyone really going for the milli bases and the early drops. Saw it in the scrim yesterday quite heavily. Envy, we're going to expect these boys to be jumping out and going for the 12s, and they got part of the S road. The VT are going to be okay. GTS most we're going to go for a long drop and go for Milton, no problems had. Pachinki is going to be taken. We're going to have ID. As there were guys that are going that way. We've got ACR, which is going to be going out for School Flats, Rozuk, Ruins. We're going to have the BKG boys going for a longer drop, and they're going to be trying to push in this sort of area between School and Yaz. Georgia Pool is going to be contested, I believe, on this one, and we may even see a team actually go for the late drop onto Saverny. But let's have a look. This is our game number 1 out of 5 today, and it's coming up now. Let's see if we've got people going out on the early drops. Interesting to see if anyone decides to actually jump out. We have SMB and VE have opted to make the jump here. Looks like they are doing a split. KB are also out. Expecting Envy to come down hot on these compounds here. MVR on a slight split. Vita, KB. KB seems to be going for this sort of farm. GTS will be going for Milta. VE have actually pushed for Nova. SMB have taken part. Millie coming back here with VE jumping. It's allowed them up. They've gone for Novo. R&V Red. They've gone for this ferry pier drop. Envy's all good and sitting tight. AVR though, late drop. It looks like they've got an AFK. Now we should just come back in. Looks like Georgie Boy is going to be a hot drop as well. We might actually see a north and south split. We have got tier 1 versus CR here coming down the aggressive sides onto North George. The question is, do we see the early fight in George? I doubt most of the time we don't. It seems allowed to sort of loot. We're going to see CR potentially dropping this section here or that early section, and then mostly tier 1 push up for this outside. The cars is on the section there just below. You tend to find these guys will also have a car which is further back. It's out there on their compound on the other side. Also it looks like CR making the aggressive play and pushing in with a motor, so they're ready to bounce early doors. Zona's bounces come down for a milli. SMB and V are going to be happy with that. GTS obviously came short from Mill, so I expect these guys to come across. Normally these boys will potentially hold the bridge out. KB, I'm actually going to take the boat in around the area, and we actually see Knights here and KB Loons actually looting the same compound. KB Loons brought a car in as well, so Knights is going to be on the early push here. Oh, he gave me a beat as well. Thank you very much. Do not beat me. KB cut and drop and giving Knights a car. Why is he landing looted here? Giving up his stuff as a sacrifice. KB Loons first to go out here. First kill on the door from Vita. SMB obviously getting the loot, and GTS here. It's going to be interesting. I think GTS are going to be holding this section out. Here comes the ferry. Nice, that's the option to get on it. GTS. I think these guys normally would take this boat and put it underneath the bridge. These guys are now starting to loot towards Milton, so clearly not got enough to be had. Fenton's on a mini, AK and mini for splits. Arrow with an ump only. These guys are only a 3-man, so we might not see him play as aggressive. AVR have got the big rotation to do now. Don't forget, obviously, in chat you can type !_ leaderboard or !_ lookup, and that will give you the latest table which we're working off of for the EPT Elite Season 1 League. S&P gonna have absolutely stacked here. R&V red don't really need to move either. R&V green quite split. Aaron's a little bit in Rosic. JB's a bit further back. Euro, big split from them. Hospital coming down. Burnside be looking for a motor. He's got one there. Let's see if the other boys here have got what they need. Yeah, GTS confirmed they are a free man all at 5 games today. GTS said they can't even get them pie together. They're gonna have to use game chat. Drop coming down to Millie. I wonder if SMB are gonna be picking this one up. Should expect these teams to start rotating now. Grozer. I see the push across the bridge now. SMB quite split. V a lot more tighter. WC have actually come all the way through from prison. Looks like they're looking for a boat. They've ditched it. They are going for a boat there. Would have thought these boys would have come down to more sort of middle power. I suppose the logic is they normally think VE's there, so VE would have taken this boat. They're going to be getting in and rotating now. KB also free. Mikey's currently still done. Is the damage leader. 3,179 damage points. Fragger top kill is WC Nafe still. Also Forrest Gump trophies and the big runs. Longest survivor obviously is Nafe as well. Longest kill so far is VE Walshy with 462 meters. KB has just done what GTS is at 19. These boys are opting to have a stop and have a little fight, I think. Maybe not. Some dodgy driving maybe from splits there. KB not really capitalizing on having the ability to take GTS there. GTS haven't opted to stop. A Vita have come straight across as well. So why we see a Vita play this middle section. BKG Fearless is there now known. Taking the bowl. Envy still haven't made the move. They're doing a 2-2 split. They're still holding. Praying it comes back. RV Red have also opted to take the bridge camp on the west hand side. Euro taking the trenches. So quite a few teams so far not opting to make the move. ATR flying past here. We're coming straight down to Keys. I wonder if Keys is going to be ready for this. Good shots on from Keys. Oof, ATR opting for. They've pulled up on Keysy here. Oof. That's now pushing over. These boys can actually opt to come on the other side of ATR if they play it right. Keys has been knocked by a grenade. Fortunately, they've lost their less line of sight here. Shots on from Leno there. JJ's just trying to figure out where the cars are. But he's taking some damage. BKG have opted to put away after an early death. I think the boys were there 2 seconds before. It might have been a different matter. Avita's now across. KB still holding the other side. GTS with a big rotation all the way around. WC and VE are going at it. Because they have lost one apiece. Now one knock apiece, one actually kill confirmed. Tickle is store up for the boys. Warwick and Nath is down. Tickle's trying to climb the rocks. Merc's now rotating up. Grenade could be good, you know. Merc's had to stop. But if the boys now, Tickle's trying to get up here. I don't think you can get up this side. VE going to be back up to a 4-man strength here. Oh, great flash on Walsh. He's actually picked it up. Rotation around here. I don't think Merc's heard Walshy yet. Walshy kill confirmed straight away. Tickle's last guy for WCEU. Let's have a quick look at the leaderboard while we're waiting for everyone to come in on this one, because obviously just a quick reminder that WC is currently leading. Obviously WCEU currently sitting in first place with 96 points. SRS, they're chasing these boys here with 72, and R&B Green is 47. So there's a big gap on points really, between obviously first and second and third, and then obviously the table ends really tight on the way down from third under. So we expect obviously WCEU not liking the fact that they could be down to a one-man game number one and might be the first team out. Tickle's gonna have to lay low. Hopefully the VE boys do not pick him up. I think he's gonna have to take some blue damage now. Just let the boys pass. Gonna be tempted, isn't he? So tempted. Got Zabu. It's a flash. Molly's over. Not bad Molly for a guess, really. Oh, WCEU first out, 16th place, first game of the evening. Don't forget, we do have 5, but obviously these boys have a cheeky lead that they're not going to be taking this way. Oh my god, and Zone's done a bounce. He's actually gone north. He's actually paid off for a lot of the teams that didn't opt to go back. Avita clearly have got swum back. S&B have taken a tumble. They need to get back here now. GTS now bouncing back. KB, instead of holding a bridge, they've actually come further in. SRS, they've taken part of the 12 stacks with R&V Red. So it's going to be interesting to see. SRFs and R&V Red, it's a 4-on-2. Saying out the Yoda and Zipped are further up. Roxy's got a great angle where he'd be able to hold these guys out on the right hand side. It'd be quite a weird push for them to come down, but if they do make the run down their hill to rotate round, it's going to give them some problems. I'm not sure if they know that Mushu and Foxy are here. Zips and Yoda are obviously taking back at Envy. Envy have actually stack as a 4. They were a 2-2, but they've gone for a 4. EKG were on the ball, obviously lost the keys and rotated in. The zone's bounced away. Yoda has done row. I expect the rest to happen there. They're not in a position where they're going to be able to get guys and numbers running into this one. R&V Red, I suppose, you need to use the time now to rotate and get into zone. AV obviously come down from that long rotation down to South Pachinki Hill. Expect these guys to rotate in and around the north. Tier 1 just on the other side of Pachinki. R&V Green at top of Potato Hill with the most north team that we have. CR's a little bit down from there in the Vita compounds, and ATRs in the bigger compound. teams here, Envy, BKG, Avita, they guys need to think about what these next zones are going to do. Even KB to agree, it might bounce away from them. They've got to think about where it's going to go because there is an element of water in. But the expectations are it should be bouncing up north from here. We should see. PUBG obviously has done a dirty. It's flipped over from Millie. I think teams losing their lives are getting over there like WCEU and then find out the zone just bounce back. It's going to be a bit of a killer. Taking some shots of Burnside, just taking the car rotations here. V are going to be rotating straight into KB and Avita. We are holding up the rocks. KB in the compound. V is coming on the other side. Even the gunshot still being had. V still opted for the put up really. Euro has done Burnsides. Burnside obviously crashed into the field. Aviar's actually taking the trenches there. Actually nicked the kill from them. Euro with Zeus X Ripper picking up the AUG there. Rest of SRS now just taking some cheap shots at Euro, hoping to get a knock in. RV have pulled into the, I suppose at the end of the S road, should we say. Bottom of the bowl. RV Green sitting quietly. Obviously these guys need to shake off some dust and get involved in a fight, but there is nothing around them at the moment. Even tier 1 didn't rotate round for Potato Hill. They actually rotated into the compound. Euro put themselves bang smack in centre of the zone. CR in a great compound, so is ATR. Looks like R&V Red taking some shots now at SRS. Fox leading the way. Looks like Yoda's making a crossover, trying to get that height on that left hand side on the South Pachinki Hill. MV now out, BKG now out, RMV Red out, SRS out, and they've lost one. Teams need to rotate in. I think we'll see a fight in the south side for the push for this central area. Actually, to be fair, it's actually a little bit further out of bowl. Now there isn't much to play, so whoever's pushed into this area here is going to have to effectively use the cars. And I'm going to see these guys sit on the outside. Euro are going to take an absolute digging for you from and push in for this. Looks like obviously BKG are opting to make a play into the middle. It's not a bad shout, you know. GTS now looking to try to hold out S&B. AVR have just dropped one of tier 1 boys. They might now push off of this. BKG opting to actually take it. They're taking the single shack. They might. I would have thought they would have taken a little bit more off. Silence is pushing away from it. He's gone for the actual fuckboy shack. ATR Poly's done Leno. Vita pushing in now. VE gonna have to come in and take the fight on KB, but they flipped around. GTS now taking shots at SMB. SMB we're looking at to come in from GTS. Oh, AVR did crash tier 1. He's sitting in the corner there. Go back here for a second. ATR's done KB. Where's that third? Oh, like a hat's just gone down by Envy. Not even with the boys. Kofi and QBZ just trying to hold up here. A lot more action now kicking off. A lot of people having to fight for area and places. Envy's coming in. A cheeky run over there. Just to confirm. They're pushing up here. They haven't. Kofi's holding the angle. AVR really thinking about this. MV's now come up towards S&B. KB are literally gonna have to try and hold up VE. VE pushing. Oh, that flash came straight back on them. These teams are just about in. Let's go to the bigger fights here. VE been done between a Vita and KB, and the first team out on 15th place. MV then dropping out in 14th straight after. Captain's now on his tods here. It's phase 4. He's gonna have to move before that touches. He's off. He's actually going for the run as well. Not gonna hold that one out. ATR have crashed into Euro. Oh, sorry, Euro crashed into ATR. Polly has done Eurotone. Kill confirm. Godley's has done Polly. Kill confirm there. I think Ripper knows what he needs to do here. Surely get spotted here. Unfortunately, I went straight through. Oh! He tried the drop shot. Everyone tries the drop shot. You're at 12. He picked one up though. I'll give you that. Okay, R&V now trying pushing this tier 1. And AVR just still trying to dig him out. They've not come out. Zone's coming in, but look at this. R&V Green's now coming down the hill. Kofi's jumped out for one. QBZ jumped up for another. He shot towards the car. Unfortunately, tier 1 out in 11th place. Teams are already dropping. Look how congested it is here. Avita have now pushed into a compound with ATR. ATR down to a 3. So it'll be a 3-on-4. S&B has done Mikey. So we're seeing SRS versus S&B. SRS want this win here. They've already lost one. AVR gone 10th. R&V versus R&V. These guys start fighting. No one can say it's about teaming anymore. R&V Green are going to want this more because they're sitting 3rd place. R&V Red are in 9th with 29 points. Yoda's getting shot from up their hill. Oh, we're going to get some calls out again. R&V Green are backed away from it. They're going for the high. I suppose tactically it's a better play. R&V Red though don't want to let them out of it. Debo's at the very, very top trying to get the bolty action. R&V's an option to come up behind. It's a team though that's not going to back away from the fight. And WC Tommy, I think he's forgetting. SRS down. He took out S&B dope though, but Yoda has done Aram. S&B stole the kill. S&B are going to want this as well. Oh, great shot from Tommy here from Yoda and Foxy. Yoda's got him on the molly. Expect Yoda to come all the way around here. Opted not to. Zebo's dug in. JB's facing the other way. Nade's too far. Oh, great shots there. JB down to a 1. They got braced on Mushu. Debo's going to be stuck here. SMB really focusing on him. R&V Green out, just in the point pot though. Hungry Red needs to push up the hill. I can turn it up if you need to. Seems okay on my audio feedback. I can hear it on myself. Vita now pushing over to ATR, both leaving the compound. CR still sitting firm there. ATR now getting stuck between Vita and RMV Reds. Yoda's down. Foxy and Zips now needs to make it happen. ATR just got embraced. Oh, great first shot there from Foxy. We'll try and block out S&B. Embrace really needs to get some meds on. It's good to see Embrace back. Vita not going to have any of it. ATR Embrace gone out from Knights. CR still able to sit tight on zone. We've missed a BKG going out. GTS obviously clear on their side. S&B have rotated the whole way around Potato Hill. These guys are now trying to check out and try and pull down behind R&V Red. Be careful, don't try and chunk out too much. Foxy and Zit will be looking back this way, expecting a rotation down from them. SMB clearly going for a 2-2 split. CR still got an element of compound. Vita needs to work their way in. GTS are giving some major problems here from top of the hill. These guys got real high elevation here. Looks like SMB have been called back. They're going for a just holding one on anchor. Fanboys moves his way back up to Dope and Jozzy. They are still able to hold out this side here. Vita though trying to figure their way in. GTS for them is going to cause them major problems. Foxy just trying to hold off here. No kills for him. Zips on a 3-pack. He's just getting absolutely slapped left, right, and centre. Foxy's now down. SMB really do not want R&V Red coming in. Kill confirmed there. CR's now just lost one from a Vita. Expect a big charge in from them. You know, Molly's going to be good. Molly is good. Oh, aggressive play here from a Vita. They've got 2 down in the compound. Only 2 left now on the other side. With these guys are in zone. So Vita still needs to take this next section over. CR holding the angles. Knights, unlucky. Not going down there for CR. 2 kill confirms from them. Molly short. Would have mollied that door if I was him personally. CR now pushing over. S&T is an RB Zip. He's gone out there in 5th place. Down to top 4 now. He's opened up the doors. CR down to a 1-man. CR out in 4th. Vita just storming through teams. GTS Blitz has been done by Fanboy from top of their hill, so that's losing the Grozer. Fenton's just trying to get a few bits and bobs. S&B game to lose, I think, for them. They're top of their hill. Vita's got a little bit of time now to compose themselves. GTS under pressure from the S&B lads. The zone just popping in straight in centre. Pretty sure Fanboy has got the angles. Got the confirm. You can expect Fanboy now to try and hold on this right hand side and try and really stop a Vita from pushing out. S&B, this is their game to lose, definitely here. GTS Fenton's done Stanners. Gonna get confirmed off there. Oh, Knights has done Fenton. But obviously the steal for Stanners has come up from S&B. Lou has just done Dope. We've got a 2-on-3. 2-on-1 now. Can Lou bring out the bag? It's 3-on-1. Fanboys on the left. out of 4 and 1 in favour of SMB. Surely, winner, chicken dinner. SMB taking game 1 out of 5. And first off, apologies, people, because I have not written obviously 5 sections here because it's actually built in. But SMB taking game number 1 here for EPT Elite game 1, and technically it's round number 3. Good amount of kills. They just had the hill placement. They run up and over. They took RMV green. RMV green pushing RMV red. They had to recall back and deal with that. GTS they held off. They just held that height. Vita though, great push in from the compound, really dealing with the teams that were in front of them. They had no option there really, but they had to run through CR, and CR just kind of crumbled underneath that pressure. GTS is a free man. They're gonna be a free man all day, but it is a good showing. Third place, GG's. They are complaining about mic issues as well, FYI. I'm not gonna have to repeat from Thursday. CR coming in 4th place, just not holding out the compound, and got a cheeky donut. And then RMV Red coming in 5th place. Let's have a quick look at the action replay. So obviously, Knight is now pushing down on this this dip here, but obviously there was a 2 of the SMB boys. Those gunshots gave him away. Straight shot in there. Check just dropping him down. Was down to Lou then to try and deal this one out. Obviously doing his best to manage to hold it. Didn't know Fanboy's on his left here. Popped the smoke forward. Fanboy got some shots in, nothing connecting. Obviously didn't miss all of those shots there. Had to retreat back. Obviously then it was just a 3 on 1. I think at this point there was 2 of them just shooting at him. No, 3 of them shooting him out. Just a matter of time. Winner, chicken dinner. Vita taking 2nd place. Right, a couple of tunes. Let's get round number 2. So Navarre and Girl. See you guys in a second. DTS they held off. They just held that height. EPT though, great pushing from the compound, really dealing with the teams that were in front of them. They had no option really, but they had to run through CR, and CR just kind of crumbled underneath that pressure. DTS is a free man. They're gonna be a free man all day.
Test, test. Yo. Nah, I'll be right. Yo.
Okay, game number 2 out of 5 today. SMV taking a win on the first one. We've obviously got a co-host of Frame Banging, Frame B, BKG Frame B. He is in the house, and I believe we can hear you. He's got his own camera today, flying around, and he'll be keeping us in check of what else is happening. But yeah, game 2. So SMB just missed that. SMB just won that. They actually won that from Potato Hill, I think. Real key. Appreciate that host, not in the kitchen. Really winning that from the top of the hill, playing down. Effective play for them. They closed out the RMV red and RMV green. Those guys were like tinkering on the borderline of fighting each other. Definitely we're going to see some banter in chat. But is what it is. Could they have won it if RMV Green stayed at the top of the hill? Yes, maybe they could have held out S&B and actually controlled down there, but they heard the fight low down. They went for the AVR push. AVR were taking on tier 1 at the time, and they went to go get the extra kill, so I get why they needed that. They need the points on the board, but fundamentally the gaps now are being closed with WCEU going out in 16th place on this first round. Game 2, north to south rotation, loads in Taverny, Roz, School Flats, Pachinki, Waterworld. We're going to see Georgie Pool jumps again. We had 3 teams hit that. We saw VE and S&B take military, and actually zone done a dirty heavy military zone on the first pop. Loads of teams rotated down and it bounced straight back up to the north, so teams might be reluctant if it goes to milli, if they're going to bounce straight over there. We may see VE go for a different drop. They went for Novo, S&B went for military. That's kind of the area which I'm looking for. I want to see if anyone hits that again and tries to make that kind of play. What's your thoughts, Frame? Okay, plane's underway. There she is. There's Betty. Betty the plane. AVR out early, S&B out early, so they've not gone for military. ATR out, RV Green, SRS have just jumped over Roz. Loads of jumpers at the moment. WC Mercs, well, Envy's now starting to jump, and Vita's now starting to jump. Got tier 1s from the plane. GTS to store in. GTS are now jumping for milli. Plane is empty, no one got milli. Tier 1 last one up the plane, and they're now pushing their way towards Milta, but they're going to be taking Milta, GTS, VE, tier 1, all going for this same area. Is the Milta loot that good? Surely not. I agree, but is it worth a fight? GTS have got out and they're pushing towards tier 1. Tier 1. They haven't got a gun yet. There. 100%. Look at him. They're lined up for him. He's got to hit these shots. He's got 1. 2 is last one for GTS now. Split. Oh my days. GTS. Oh, Milton just clutched away from them. No idea. They had the car. They were rotating away. They just, I suppose they lost track of that tier 1 dropping. They knew there were 3 teams there. They saw the parachutes, right? They saw VE were in front of him. But I have no idea what Tommy was doing, but Tommy's just been pushing a car like down towards Georgie Pool, but then decided just to give it to S&B. No, he had a green car pushing another green car along. Again, another interesting bit of play for game 1. Yeah, but why push it towards S&B? I don't understand. Yeah, yeah. Teams are going to be looking at this thinking, is it a north? Is it a south? Do we hold for this first zone and then make a play? It's going to be running through their heads. Now, obviously, I know, obviously, you guys now are a BKG team, and we was looking at drops, and we've been tactically looking at where you guys are dropping and what you're doing. And if we just look into the BKG, I think these guys are going to potentially tie up and just wait for this next zone to bounce. I think a lot of teams, though, are going to look at this, and I know playing with teams and playing in comps before that you either, it's a 50-50 coin toss now. You either push north and then hold, and the question is, how do you push north? Do you go up and round where the cube is? Well, you've already got S and B sitting there. These teams not going to know that. Do you run across and go for Yaz and then hook around the right hand side of Yaz and go out towards Stauber? I think we might see like a team like VE down the sort of southeast side of the map take that east road up north, and I don't think they're going to stop until they get to Stauber. Some of the other teams may just sit in and around. Like I expect WCEU to potentially hold, maybe Heavens, that sort of area where Warwick's sitting, and then try and get kills on rotations. ATR again, don't expect them to move. I expect them to try and maybe challenge these rotation kills on the cars. But let's have a look. Looks like Zeus M9 is going to go for that cube crossing by SMB. Let's see if they can hit their shots on him. They're not ready. And they're not ready. They're not ready. Oh, down to a 1. He's got away with that. He's got away. Zeus Ripper's now coming. Surely they're not going to let this one go. And look where the rest of the team is. Look where Goldie is. So the plan is to go towards Yaz, but they're going a long way around it. Oh, he's gone for the upper bridge. Yeah, they've gone for so look, obviously just to keep you guys in the loop, because of the 2 games that we had on Thursday, we actually opened up the transfer window, as we call it, earlier. So Zeus D2 for Zeus are guesting for Euro team number 3. Yeah, it looks like they're literally playing 2-man squads at the moment. Euros on one side of the map, Zeus is playing the other side of the map. Whether that's tactical, whether they're not talking to each other, I'm not sure. You'd expect these boys to be talking, but anything can happen in PUBG, right? A lot of teams playing in the middle. Yeah, if you get tired on it, Key's taking some dubs. HR now trying to take the shots on that BKG. Got Leonard. They're pushing. They're pushing now. I think they're going to be able to get the resin. Silence just needs to get on the gun quick. The other boys can't move. They've got to hold. I definitely think they've done the right thing. They've backed off now. Obviously, ATR, most people not aware that it's only a 2-man here and they've got a 2-2 split. BKG are pulling back now towards and they're going to look like they're going to take the fight from the Blues. ATR obviously need to clear it, all the grenades going out. So, yeah, BKG, Leno, and Silent making the right call, I think. They now have to be careful, though. They've got VE potentially sniffing in on them, coming across the main field. Down to a 2, down to a 1. He's running straight there with KB. BKG did all that. Oh, who's going to get it? BKG Combie's got it. Now it's a question of who can scab it the quickest. KB. No. Look at the bigger picture again. Just talk again for me, frame B. Yeah, you're not talking. Hold on. You're not coming through, mate. 1 second. Frame. Try one more time again now for me, mate. Something's wrong with your microphone. Right, try one more time now.
Testing.
Yay! It's coming through on my headset. Right, so Frame's been saying the lottery numbers, everything, telling me all the insights, like what's going down. Unfortunately, we missed it. Apologies, guys.
I'm out of breath.
Something with Frame. So yeah, just literally
Right now.
BKG unlucky there, not getting the kill from VE. KB picking up a big zone shift. Look at this movement. It's like ants, mate, trying to make their way home. Everyone is flooding north now.
Looks like everybody's flooding north. It was like actually Zeus was managed to get back together as a 4. They're rotating together. Smart play from these guys, and they're actually going to be the first ones to crease up on the south side of Starboard.
I'm quite surprised that VE didn't go that east road, you know. We see him, especially where Avita Blackjack is now. That's when we normally see VE will come up to. It's going to be a massive fight for compounds early doors. Going to see CR have taken a risk, and it's paid off. I think these guys are going to be really set up now for these rotation kills.
Looks like AVR is probably going to be choosing their plan B right now, because if that compound they were interested in crashing is a no-go. CR has that on lock right now. They are not letting nobody in. Look at all these teams trying to rotate in and find a good spot right now. And React taking down R&B Yoda.
Stop, mate. Just to take some of these cars out. MV Technics is losing wheels in the buggy. Oh, yeah, Envy's going to go for a run over on keys. Oh, they back-hitted him. Oh, my God. BKG just wiped this.
Wow. Wow. That is something BKG was not expecting or was not ready for. I think the pressure that R&B put on BKG right there was so bad that they did not notice that Envy was coming up right on them.
Oh my God. And then SRS with a dirty grenade taking out the rest of Envy between that and CR. Obviously Mikey's been then knocked from CR because he was focused on that. Oh yeah, but you're right. R&V were just applying so much pressure they stopped. The next thing they knew, they had cars just flooding in behind them and they didn't know what to do.
I think as a comp player in those situations with that amount of intensity that was going around them, I think they were every man for themselves at that point. No call could make the right decision at that point, and they were just stuck in the middle. Unfortunately, looks like R&B are a 2-man up right now, holding the ridge, and it looks like SMB Check was trying to get a little sneak peek on what's going on because it was just too nice to let go. And it looks like he's going to be going back into the compound. SMB's IGL called him back, said it's not worth it, it's over, and it's something that they're just not going to do. Let's see how R&B play out for the rest of this game, and hopefully they get clutched and get some placement points.
Oh my days. We've got tier 1. These guys are just hard, like literally hard fighting. Is this throwing punches backwards and forwards? Looks like Trouble's last guy left. Embraces down, so JJ needs to flank on. Polly's pulling back for him. Trouble's now backed up into the corner. Good to see Embrace back.
Good to see Embrace back, and good to see ATR having a good game out of these couple days that they've been having some rough games, and it looks like they're going to be on a good position, and they already got a couple kills to their name right now. They're on 2 kills. I thought they had more than that, but they're on 2 kills. They're easing up, but they're doing some good crashes. They're still up as a 4, and it looks like Trouble's going to be in trouble in this house.
So we had this happen on Friday. If you guys are watching the stream on Friday, sort of zone shift. AV were a 2-man on Friday, and they've just pushed to the same location now with a 4. So let's see if they can get the dub from here. Looks like Trouble has done Polly, kill and confirm. So it looks like tier 1 are just not going down with a 5, but he's down to a 1-shot.
I think this is where we're going to see the nades and the flashes coming through, trying to get Trouble out of here. Trouble's going to have to fight his way out. I don't see any other way he's going to get out from this.
No.
Let's see if he can take 2 with him.
Surely JJ saw him. JJ
He's in the closet. A monster's in the closet.
Oh, no!
A monster's in the closet. ATR's head is cut off.
Oh, my days.
Come on, boys.
Quick, throw it out. Don't let him out. New vest as well.
ATR doesn't want to give him no easy kills in the zone. It's on their butt.
Oh, he's got another
Trouble
one.
taking down Embrace.
Needs to get a med on. That's Embrace's second knock. So if those boys are going for it, they've got to do it quick.
This is bad right now for ATR. ATR tanking blue, knowing Trouble's on the rise right now. Trouble's confidence is over the roof.
Oh,
taking
KJ
down
managing to
Trouble.
do it. Trouble though, out in 13th place. Good use of space. I'm just gonna like that was great. Like,
Yeah. I think Trouble's gonna be able to get Embrace. I don't think Embrace is gonna be able to get up.
yeah, there he goes. He's gone to zone.
Let's see if ATR makes it into zone. It looks like we got some fights over here going off with Winner Circle pinched in the middle between KB and AB.
We've got Euro versus AVR on the North Coast. AVR Puma's taking down Zeus M9 first off. Now comes out the grenades. It's gonna be a decent nade. It's going backwards and forwards. So surprised about like how effective now people's utility belts are since this last update. I just feel like it's 101 nades coming out.
Golly laying down like a snake, popping up.
How he's
Uno doesn't see him.
There we go.
And Golly takes him down.
Oh, he's gone
Golly
down
gets taken down
himself.
by Dizzy. Ooh.
Ripper's in the middle. A guy right above him. Oh, he's so unfortunate with that.
That is a push gone bad right there, Mark.
100%. Oh, he's gonna go. He needs to get a med on quick.
The
I'm
2v1
stuck on the
right
TRA. Stuck on the car.
And there it is.
Alex,
AVR
thank
coming
you for
out
the
on top on
subscription,
that
mate.
one.
Yeah,
Bringing
they
up
don't-
their full team back up.
especially taking those shots coming through, like surviving that one. Appreciate the sub there, Alex, mate. They cleared up. They done well. Unlucky there for Ripper. Obviously, he just pushed up the right. Next thing he's got an AVR pack sitting right above me. It's like, whoa! Didn't expect you to be there, mate.
That was pretty impressive from AVR, actually leaving their compound, their only security of cover, and they're leaving it, and they're just gonna put the defensive zone into an offensive zone, and they're just gonna go straight into Zeus and just take him out. They just wanted those kills, and they got the best hand off of Zeus right there. I thought Zeus was actually gonna come out on top of that, and unfortunately they didn't manage to get the knocks coming out from those tactical nades, and I think AVR did a good play on Zeus, and it looks like they're gonna have a nice open way to come up to this ridge right now. It looks like Jetsy's actually looking over the ridge right now, and he heard those shots, so he knows the team's gonna be coming up, so he's gonna be anchoring the backside for his team.
And this made a little push out. I'm just sitting here with JJ at the moment. He's got one more med left. He hasn't got much time. He might be able to put it away. It's going to become really close though, due to these like he's got 4 bandos. It's going to
If he makes it in,
yeah, if he gets in, it's going to be decent. But he's got he hasn't
I
got
think-
that bad of a shift. He should get in though, surely. Come on, JJ,
I think he's
let's
gonna
go,
be all
champ.
right. I think he's gonna be all right if he makes it in, and that zone is pretty slow. I'm pretty sure he can run it back in.
Oh, it's going to be tight.
It's gonna be
19,
tight. It's gonna be real
16,
tight.
13,
Jump for it.
10,
Jump for it.
9.
Woo!
He's
And he
in,
makes it
yes.
in. And he's in. Let's see if we can
He's
find
gonna
some,
gonna get a clear way into Star Wars. So ATR
and it looks
surviving
like-
it. Right, let's have a
Wow.
little butchers. So yeah, as you're right. So AV obviously SRS know there's a team there. Looks like CR have pushed in from the compound, so they're sitting really tight here. I reckon between CR and SRS, whoever takes the first shot, the other team I think is gonna focus on them. AVR are just going to pray that hopefully those two teams start fighting it out. Standard's made a play in towards SRS in the middle, but it looks like they're getting anchored here where WC EU need to work their way in. Interesting, both teams are just really focusing now on AVR.
And I think
Ooh.
AVR is pretty pinched right now as CR and SRS are putting some pressure down, trying to get those easy rotation into the zone kills. They're just not even paying attention to each other. They obviously hear the shots, but they're like, nah, I want to take the scabs or I want to collect my kills.
Oh, 100% collecting those kills, mate. Let's have a quick look, because I did capture that BKG finale, should we say. See, this is where the keys and the boys. So they were shooting down at SR. Obviously, RMV taken from behind. This Envy just pulls up. Keys just getting a med on this kid this time. They've taken Envy techniques. And it looks like they're going away. And Keys just stands off with his car. And look at this. Boom. Hitting with the tail light. Sending BKG out. Silence is the only one left. He sort of stands up. He gets one. He's like, oh my days. Who do I need to shoot? That was BKG going out there. Jeez. I can't believe they're hitting with the rear end of that car. It literally was perfect, mate.
Literally perfect. It looks like AVR is actually running into Avita. They got in their vehicles and they rotated left, and Avita hears the vehicles coming in. This could be AVR could be in trouble right now.
One. Blissey's gone. Nice.
Oh
is
no!
gone.
And Pax just sent it out of the vehicle, not knowing that the Ridge was gonna throw him out like that.
Might actually. Oh, I can't get up the hill. Stannis is with the pan. AVR are now going to be behind. They're going to have a Vita trying to close them out here. Let's see if they can get any shots on. Definitely think Stannis is going to be the guy that's going to hold his gun. The only saving grace that AVR might have is WC might take the fight with AVR and they get the opportunity to flank back north again, but very much doubt that. They're making too much noise.
Yeah, I think Winter Circle is just trying to move up on the ridge right now and just get a better position in zone. I think Avita's going to be putting a lot of pressure on AVR right now, and there could be some easy kills for these guys.
100%. A lot of teams now holding out other teams, so flip to the other side. VE are having to fight their way through R&V Red here.
And there it is. AVR going out in fourth. Rough rotation on these guys. They were putting on a lot of pressure from 3 different teams. So unfortunate.
Yeah, out in 10th place for them.
See Mark playing starboard on this type of zone right now. It's so rough. You see a lot of these teams playing edge because it's so rough to get into this zone because there's so many angles that you can play. You got to think running on this mountain. Being on the opposite side, being on the low side of the mountain is better than being on the high side because you are so visible on that top ridge compared to the lower side ridges.
100%, especially on this north side as well, especially on this north side.
Especially on the north side, yes. There's so much tree line that you being on the top of the ridge, you can't see nobody from the tree line, but they can see you. It's weird, but if you get into a first-person perspective, when somebody's fighting from the top to bottom, you'll see the differences of visual that I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, we're sitting in with Hammer at the moment. He can see straight up. So it's just a quick catch up. R&V Red went out there 10th. Was it 9th? And then 8th place was ATR. So look, GG's, he managing to get into the point part after that scrap. Obviously, R&V Green's now taking a fight on with WCEU. Just Aaron at the moment. Surely he should go to zone now. He's doing it. There he goes. Right play, I think. This is a longer competition.
Winter Circle being so far above the leaderboard, any point counts from knocking them down.
100%. WCEU just getting the meds on before the rotation. AV have just pushed in around this north side, just trying to cut off these teams now having to rotate down. And this is what we're talking about, what Frame's talking about. The ability to look up here is greater than what WC are going to have very limited view. Like if they go a bit more to the right, their trees can see, but at the moment AV can still see their legs running down. Blackjack is just a knave, so it's going to have Tickle's going to have to stop for that now.
Ooh, not a good thing for Vita right now. Vita Knight's going down by Hammer from SRS.
Yeah, great rotation from SRS there. He's really holding that anchor, but that's the risk though when you're an anchor. You're out on your own. SMB though taking the opportunity now to rotate down, but they're going to be coming straight into VE.
You got SRS popping shots to Winter Circle. Winter Circle's getting applied a lot of pressure right now. Zone's on their back. AV pumping some shots. SRS pumping some shots. Let's see how Winter Circle ends up. Winter Circle needs to put pressure on AV.
Yeah, Warnick's managed to get down in a dip. He's given a bit of cover, but he's got AV now in sights, but so they've got him on bank to rights as well. It should be a good grenade now, actually. Warnick's shot a decent nade there. Just short. Oh, it's not. I thought it was short. It wasn't. Good nade there. That's game changing. Game changing.
Return.
SMB
game changing, but a nice return.
SMB.
I think Winter Circle. Winter Circle has a nice opening right now going up to this ridge.
Yeah, VE obviously going out there. SMB managing to, or V knocking 2, SMB clearing it up, but they're going to be able to get the reses on. Winning Circle's going to give it a break on Winning Circle. CR have taken this sort of north side, the lower side of their hill, and they're now pitching up as a 2-2. There's a molly out. That's going to be too short. Oh, it's a nade. Hit the rock and back. Burnside and hammer.
I think CR needs to really think about zone coverage and where everybody's at right now. They need to think about where everybody's at right now and choose their fight wisely to win this game. I think they need to be called back, and they need to take on SRS head on right now, because it looks like they're the only team right now that's gonna give them trouble.
That's a good nade. Oh, unlucky, just bounced just away. Jetsy Bros moving around in this right hand side. I think you're right. CR need to pull back or tighten up. They're literally holding the 2-2. They're not on Burnside though. Been knocked. Oh, it looks like the SCR now is tightening up, but is it a little bit too late? Jetsy Brother and Hammer needs to get this on. Oh, that's a good knock from them.
I think that's a good knock. I think CR is going to be able to get away with this fight on the defensive side of the zone. Jesse Brev is going to be thinking about what he's going to do. Is he going to die from zone, or is he going to take the fight?
Currently sitting decent in the leaderboards. WC have
SMB
gone out.
taken out.
Are we going to see an SMB win for game 2?
I think SMB's doing pretty good right now, holding that zone coverage and taking out Winner's Circle. They are just confident enough to know where everybody's at in this zone, and they're just gonna start sweeping the circle and getting the rest of these teams out of here. It could be a good win for SMB if they play this right.
Jesse Brother needs to make a move now. He knows it. CR know it. He's gonna be spot now. He's running for the car. Is he going for the car? He's in it. Oh, he's laid down.
CR didn't notice.
The moment he gets in that car, they're gonna notice.
They're gonna have. They don't want to leave the position. They think he's still on the left-hand side.
Good rap, mate. Jetsy, well done, mate. Decent rap. Been spotted now. Come on, Sam. Oh!
Whew. He just made it behind that rock.
I think he's just in cover as well from... Oh, no. CR can... SMB can see him. SMB now on the shots and Jetsy. So he's gone from one team, one German team to another. And there he goes. Fair play. So we're going to see a 3-on-4 fight. CR with 4. SMB now with a 3. Let's see how we can close this to 1 down. SMB obviously already won the first game. And SMB with that. SMB bumped him up from 9th, I believe, to 5th. 48 points. SMB are going to be hungry for this. 8 kills and a win. That's what they want. 5 kills for CR and a win. That could be game changer for them. CR currently in 13th place. But again, I was speaking about in the first game. Yes, maybe WC and SRS have got great lead already on the leaderboard. But actually, if you look from 3rd down, it's really tight. Like, really tight.
Mm-hmm. It still can be anybody's game, man, as long as you apply the pressure. But again, Mark, I think CR has the upper hand. Even though they're not in zone, I think if CR manages to get a knock, they're gonna have the upper hand on this game. And like I said, being lower is better than being on top. Yeah, with these type of ridges.
When we've check at the moment, you can see the trees just blocking out that ridge line. Well, I know the boys there are gonna be able to see his head. The only advantage SMB, and I'm gonna call SMB on this one. I know they've only got 3. They've got the dot. Right, so this next zone, if CR needs to come off the ridge that they're hiding behind, there isn't that much cover in front. We'll have a quick look on the camera angle. They're going to have to play this area here in front. So they're playing open space now. But they're going to have to really capitalize on either a really good flank, which Check and Dope are holding for, or relying on getting that early knock and having to make the push up and just trying to break down the chinks of the armor of SMB. But my money at the moment is on SMB.
I think smoke play is going to be their best friend right now, Mark. I think SMB is going to struggle with these smokes out right now, unless SMB Check or Dope get a nice wrap on the corner sides of the circle.
They're watching for the wraps here.
It's like CR's making their move. Good spread from CR. SMB doing a 2-1 split. This could be bad for them if they don't pay attention.
They're Yeah,
Nope, should take
Molly's
advantage of this
decent.
and get
Oh, nearly right at Jackson's feet. He just had a little sidestep there, getting away from it. Fanboy's just gone straight to the middle here. Oh, these boys are... That's a good nade.
from Jack.
Good nade. Dope slowly wrapping around here. He knows them boys are going to have to move before he does, but...
Jack's going in with an
He's heard
aggressive
one.
play right now. He hears Jack.
That's giving away. Jack's going to know where he is now. He gets
Like
in the
we
tree.
man.
Oh, Jack getting the knock there. CR moving through. Oh, Fanboy nearly getting the knock though. It's now a 2-on-2 though. Don't with the knock on this left hand side. 2-on-1. So I couldn't
There
even
it goes
get
for
to him in
SMB.
time. SMB.
SMB taking 2 games back to back, from what I'm hearing.
Back to back.
12. That's a 22-point game right there for SMB. That. Oh man, they are gonna be ecstatic with their gameplay on that they're doing tonight, man.
It's just a difference of like you can really make a change to someone's tournament league, with great wins like this. SMB first place, CR in second place. Sorry, CR guys, I had my money on SMB for that. I know the height, but just they had the dot placement. You guys were just trying to hold out SRS there. I think that caused you took too long on that fight. That caused you guys, I think, to lose that. WC EU coming in 4th place, and VE only 1 kill coming in 5th place. Let's have a quick look at that action replay. So yeah, this is a great knock here. See, there's the confirm. Jackson managing to pick up and understanding that he is going to be in there. Obviously then the game's rocking out. He's managed to get some shots. Fanboy really unlucky though not to get that knock there. But obviously Dope did the damage on the left hand side. Then comes down to a 2-on-2 fight. Fanboy obviously clearing up on the drop there. He pushing him round. Dope gonna manage to get the knock. Dope obviously shooting up and Fanboy clearing up. Winner. Chicken dinner. Game number 2 done. We're now going into Miramar for game number 3, and we've got 2 of them today, so it's going to be great for us hosts. Not so good for the teams. Let's get some tunes on. See you guys in a second. Peace.
Too much, but when I saw you, I went back to the start. Whoa, and there's just no resisting when I see your face. Can't stop myself from moving your way. There must be a reason we end up at the was a way to capture this time. I could show you pictures of the light inside my mind. If I could hold the magic, the one I don't wanna lose, I could say I'm sorry for all of my abuse. And I could stand and I could believe, and I could breathe clear, 'cause now I could leave. I could believe, and I could breathe clear. I could believe. If I could send
Yeah,
a
I can hear you, mate.
wire
Just
to
turn your camera on.
reach you out there, I could tell you secrets we never got to share. If I could pull the letters and words from this page, I could finally realize and let go of my rage. And I could stand and I could believe, and I could breathe clear, 'cause now I could leave. I let go of the fear, I let go of the pain. Won't build a fire here, let it burn away. I could believe, and I could breathe clear. I could believe, let it burn away, and I could breathe clear. Let it burn away, and I could breathe clear.
My video call me. On Discord.
'Cause nothing ever comes so close before you let me go. If I can't have you for my own, then I don't wanna know you let me fall for something. And it ended all for nothing all of a sudden. If only I could press rewind, I swear I'm barely getting by. Really meant what I said when I said you don't leave this hand of mine. 'Cause you made everything okay. I can't believe I let you get away.
Okay, let's go, people. So the lookup has updated. Obviously, I appreciate the messages I'm getting on from Discord. Euro a 3 man, thank you very much. GTS are a 3. Obviously, it wasn't working out with the Zeus boys. Not sure what's going on there. I'm currently using CGS. Yes, I keep saying CSG. I'm really sorry, people. CGS. So don't forget in chat !! Lookup or ! Leaderboard. That will give the scores on the doors. And I believe we have Frame B store in chat, and it's still working. We're trying to get him on video, but it's just we're having a few technical issues. How you doing, Frame?
Technical issues.
Hell yeah.
It happens. It happens.
Well, we saw it last Thursday, man. I can only apologise again to everybody that's watching. Thursday after game 2, we had more than I think it's 4 or 5 teams went down in one lobby, and that doesn't include the Championship League that didn't have game chat. They were trying to join parties, and it was just going connecting. So you know when you try and join an Xbox party, it just says connecting. Teams obviously couldn't get audio, so apologies. At that point, we paused the event. We had loads of messages come through, guys. Don't forget, we're trying to get comms out to everybody, but if you guys keep messaging us, we can't get the comms out as quickly, so apologies on the delay on the comms. And obviously today and Thursday, what we're doing is we're doing 5 games today, 5 games Thursday, so we'll have a double Miramar today, and on Thursday we'll have a double Erangel. So basically, so we catch up on the missed Erangel and the missed Miramar that we had from Thursday, so it'll all be squared away by the end of the week, and obviously seeing the season out as getting the exact amount of games you paid for. Rotation wise, playing is it's okay actually. It's an east to a low west. Early doors in and hard. I think it's going to be hard. I think GTS likes to go there. Will they go as a 3-man? Great question. Minus Los Leones. We're going to see double teams there. We've seen it a lot. Picardo's 50-50 where people go there. We're going to see some north jumps for San Martin, Hacienda, Power Grid, Monty, Chum, Valdemar. Might even see some people go late. Looks like we've got a lot of early jumpers as well.
Looks like I think a lot of these teams jumping at the moment right now are gonna be favored their normal drops, or they're gonna be comfortable where they're going. There's a lot of compounds, a lot of nicks and crannies that a lot of these teams are gonna be able to get into, get looted, and get on a good rotation. But the zone might center up. We'll see how these zone shifts are. Miramar is a tough map to rotate. Nobody likes it. If you're in zone, and you love it, but if you're not in zone, you're just gonna hate it. Rotating through Miramar is just the worst, Mark.
As we say every week, you gotta jump for cars. GTS is a 3-man, and jump for a car. Tier 1 are now in a situation where there are more cars here, but if GTS be cheeky and pinch them and rotate out, they're not in a great spot. GTS have just taken the 1 and they've rotated away from tier 1. Interestingly though, El Hazard is actually normally where VE dropped. VE have actually dropped on Euro for minus or mine. I actually really like minus. I think it's actually a good amount of loot. I think 3 out of 4 guys normally get stacked. And if you see where Debris is, that's kind of where the 4th guy will go to get some loot. So they're kind of lucky. Los Leones is just madness. It is a big town though. So yes, there is a lot of colour on the map, but actually people could potentially just still get away with it. Merc's still in the air for some reason. Just about to land. Not sure why he's going for this kind of rotation. Go for a car.
You could either go for a car. He could have had a little lag spike coming off the plane.
Maybe it's possible. He's minus. He's minus. It is Miramar. Look at this zone though, mate. This zone's crazy. Like there's so much water in. To an argument that if someone landed on an island, it would have been funny. Ham is really trying to deal with Merc. I think he's waiting for him to get in the car. He's got in the car. Merc needs to drive, mate. Let's go.
Merc just got saved by the bell right there.
100%.
And it's really unfortunate that Hammer only thing he could find was Tommy gun, because that wasn't going to be a good favorable on that distance. But he did try to go for the kill, and Merc didn't. managed to get away from that.
Euro's pushed up on VE. Goldie's sneaking up. I think he's going to hope he's going to catch him slipping here.
Euro being a 3-man on the aggressive side is something you don't really see.
They know if they get the knock right, then it's a 3-on-3. So look at this. He's just literally.
I think they read the team pretty good. I think Euro themselves read that the team left one man behind and the rest of the team just rotated out. I think they seen that before they dropped, and they're actually taking advantage of this solo over here. DB's just sitting in this compound. I think DB's hears him. I think DB's knows he's there.
I don't know. He's messing around with his sights, mate. He literally has creeped the whole way up. He hasn't heard him. I generally don't think he's heard him. Goldie obviously needs to now just track him again. Tom's coming in from
Either
behind.
he heard him and he's just leaving, or if he starts looting here, then I'm pretty sure you're right. He didn't hear him.
But you expect as well, because the VE boys, if he's heard him, you expect the VE boys, like, not panic posture, but panicking looking his way. The rest of the VE boys are just clearly still looting around. No one really minds. They're not chasing him, and he's going for more loot. He hasn't heard him. I think it's now a matter of time. Does Euro catch up and make the play in? There's two of them. I'm expecting Godly not to have heard him for a while and maybe push down. But no, he goes straight into the compound. I think he's just checking it off.
I think V is actually going to make the call, and they're just going to start rotating out. Looks like Walshy and Raza, they're not. Maybe Ghost. Does Ghost have a vehicle? Let's see if Ghost has a vehicle. If he doesn't have a vehicle, I'm not understanding right now what Walshy and Raza are doing if they're leaving their mans behind.
There is normally one up there, but they haven't got one.
This is going to be pretty interesting on VE's rotation and how they're going to get out of here.
Behind.
I think they left a 2-man behind. I think Walshy and Raza took the vehicles to get an early rotation and an early compound in the zone. Looks
It's
like
not a car far though. To be fair, they could get to that car, which is just south. It's by the A, just south of the A, on Graveyard. I wonder if they've seen it.
Vita's actually making a rotation, scouting out right now. Looks like Knights is scouting down to VE's compound, which they just pulled up. VE does hear this buggy coming across. Knights gets tagged once, not doing much damage, so he's gonna be all right.
That's I expect him to get off the back of that and get in that car 100%. Nothing worse than sitting in the back of a buggy.
Nothing worse than sitting in the back of a buggy. You don't want to be sitting there. I scream every time I have to sit back in the back of a buggy. It's like KB is by himself over an Impala and JTS is actually
Sneaking in.
not noticing that KB was right in front of him. And KB noticed that JTS was there, and he's pushing back to his team now.
I think that's the right play. Like, he just needs to tighten up, especially if he has seen him. The boys look like they're taking the compound in the south. We're seeing a lot more like spare WC Tickle, where Vita pulled up, SRS, KB. I think they might be either hold that bigger compound. Looks like they're actually pushing away from it, or where Loveless is hiding, and just hold that area. GTS a little bit. Impala's a big place to hold. You've got to kind of just hold an area of it. It's like Vita actually looking to take WC spot.
It's pretty quiet right now, though, Mark. A lot of these teams are actually getting some easy rotations in, and not much is popping off on rotation kill wise. I think a lot of these teams are getting comfortable and getting into the zone, and it's going to be pretty easy for majority of these teams to find out where they're going to be playing next.
Yeah, I think is it because there's so much water in? These teams are really not unstable, is the wrong word, but the terminology of like the understanding that actually there's so much water in, actually we don't actually know where it's going to go. Like, hey, it could even land on an island. I doubt it, but I've commentated and I've cursed it before. It'd be madness if it does. So put it that way, there'd be a lot of people swimming, but I think people are
crazy like
out.
that. Yeah, speaking crazy like that, Mark. I don't want to wish bad luck on any one of these teams, but us commentating right now, I really want to see an island finish. I have not seen an island finish in a very long time, and seeing one today will just make my day. Let me tell you.
Well, honestly, especially they got Miramar back to back as well. 100%. That would be an interesting watch. Yes. Okay, R&B Red coming in the north side. We've got BKG coming in, going around the crater. CR two in, two are coming in. ATR in the rotation. JJ's a little bit far behind. They're taking the south road. MV are not taking the same road. They're actually going up towards Los Leones. I think they're going to get past before JJ gets to him. So ATR going to go all the way around the south side and push their way in. Merc is still out on his own. WC have a great compound they're holding at the moment. Looks like Warnick's actually gone for a cheeky drop. So rude to not have a look at what he's just picked up. He's got an AUG. SRS went to go have a look for KB, but KB dealing with that. Green has just done like a hat. Kill and confirm. That was quick. That's by Junkyard.
They're covering fire right now from SRS. Shot down KB, getting Benno back into the team circle.
WC now down to a 2.
Tommy taking down Ko-Fry. Tier 1 is now down into 3-man.
2-man. 2-man. They've lost 2 in that fight. Yeah, they lost 2 on that fight.
That's really unfortunate for Tier 1. These guys are having a good day, and that's something you don't want to see early on in Miramar map as a 2-man. Running through Miramar rotation on a Murado. Looks like RMV is going to be taking advantage of that. Could this be the end for Tier 1? QBZ's getting knocked out by Mushu. And Trouble's hopping out knowing his vehicle's going to be burnt up and ready to blow.
Oh, he doesn't want to take this fight, but he's got it, hasn't he? Here comes Foxy.
He has to.
He's got him banged to rights. RMV red, sending Tier 1 out. 16th place, our first Miramar. Oh my god, it's still got so much water in it. It's actually shifted heavy north as well. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams out from 15.
I think rotating from south to north right now is just going to be the madness.
Look at this,
of
right?
Rotation kills.
If
Looks
KB
like
was sitting like in that south compound, anyone coming up that road is not going to go from Impala. So they're going to take that little that dirt road round by the water, and you would have had him all day, every day.
I think ATR is on the best rotation right now. They're actually going to be rotating through the backside, kissing the edge of that water. Something that the IGL for ATR is going to be thinking of, and that if they do that, that's going to be the best play for them.
Euro taking on VE.
It's hot. It's hot in that center zone right now.
Euro actually got Ghost trapped there, so he's actually forced the boys to. Oh, Ghost is dropping him down quickly. Euro forced to take this fight.
They're forced to take the fight, and at the end, we do see VE fighting Euro, and Euro in big trouble right now.
Surely they want to come out of this with one. VE comes in nice late. They've got one.
Well,
at that point.
I'll keep taking down one with him. I think he's going to be,
Why are they pushing one
pretty
at a
happy
time?
with that. They need to be pushing as a team, and it looks like BKG is actually taking some big shots right now, seeing Spunking up in the open. Spunky's in trouble right now.
There he goes.
There it is.
He's taking it.
Euro going out on 15th place. That's really rough for Euro right there, man. I think that they didn't expect that compound to be taken like that, and they just went full force. And I think VE returned the shots back, and they did some good defensive plays right there. BKG taking a little taste of it as well, taking out Spunky and getting that kill point for their team.
Take it all day long. Look in this zone at the moment. I think BKG in a great spot. Like, I think they're going to hope that it comes back. I understand why RMV Red are pushed up for that center. Again, another great area for them. They're going to be in it real good. I think a Vita in a not a bad spot, depending on this next zone. KB, that area is not the best. If they come towards a Vita, it's quite open ground. They're going to have to go up and around to Impala. SMB obviously going to rotate in a car. So is AVR. So is WCEU. Looks like MV are backing away from WCEU on the south side. ATR, JJ still really far behind his team here. Guys gotta be careful in these rotations. On a bike as well.
Envy they're running in one vehicle and one has to sit in the back bed of the truck. That's real unfortunate right there. I think this could be the end for Reacts if they get close to a team. And Envy's just they don't want a car flip.
You know which road they're gonna take as well. And SRS have just got an absolute dirty little trap set up. They're going to hear this, especially with this bike coming in from JJ. It's going to really alert them now to the cars rotating this way. I think they've just missed him. They
just missed them, and JJ managed to slide right through the middle of SRS right there.
Lucky enough,
regrouping with
Envy
his
have
team.
stopped and they are not going down the roads. They're opting to go up
I think
and
that's
over
the
mountain.
best play, Mark. I think that's the best
100%.
play for Envy right there, and not overextending and being greedy on what they can get. I think just getting out of that vehicle and rotating on foot was probably the best call for their team. Because right now they are sitting pretty for the next rotation into zone. I think they're probably going to be pushing into Impala.
Yeah, they've got to have to come around on KB's side. I think KB can see him from where they are, but be interested to see VE, BKG, RV Green, ATR, SMB, AVR, and WCEU. Are they just going to send it into Impala now? It's going to be interesting. There's that ATR taking up where GTS splits are. Might find GTS splits now tighten up. BKG taking a hammer in their vehicles. Have just been hammered. They've lost a buggy.
Looks like V is actually making the move now.
And they've lost
And
their car.
going to centralize into zone.
RV Red, great play from them. They're taking out BKG tires.
SMB check taking out AVR packs on a rotation kill.
GTS now tighten this one up. They know where their boys got people on him.
I think AVR is in a pretty shitty position right now. KB's right over their heads. They're holding the silos of the Impala zone, and they're getting banged right now. Unfortunate, AV can't get any scabs from there.
GTS now
shots
pushing
from
in.
Nate.
ATR Poly.
Nate taking point. Looks like Loon is going to be coming up with a 1v1 against Winter Circle Nate.
Nice, got the AUG as well. That is a 1v1 you don't want to push too aggressively into. Nice done fanboys who are seeing a V trying to hold out SMB now. Nate's
Great
now
shots
gone.
from Loveless.
Great
Nate
shots.
is just getting wrecked right there from
Loon
Loveless.
should come out of this rotation now. He's not. He's second guessed it. He's got two nades. I'm surprised he's not chucking them over. There's one. It's too short, I think. Not bad actually. Needs to come more left of that. Comms are not great there from KB.
Luna's getting over the ridge now and gonna take advantage of that res. He's trying to spot him. He's trying to see what corner he's in.
Doesn't quite know. I think Nate's going to get up on this. He has.
Big shots coming in from KB, taking down Merc. It's going down again.
You have to get the
Greco's
rhythm.
spinning around and taking down Luna. He's got to insta-res him. If not, I think Nate's gonna be the
Nate's going
last.
to go. Loveless is just causing so much pressure now on the boys. Loveless has been done from a Vita. The fact that Warnick's out on that right-hand flank has actually saved the boys there.
I think Warnick put enough pressure that Tickle could actually get on that insta-res to get Nath back up. But I don't think Nath is gonna come back from a third knock going into this KB team right now.
No, I agree. They need to think what they're doing. They're not rushing on zone. They're gonna this next bounce. They're gonna have to think what they do. There it goes. It's come back. BKG are going to be breathing a sigh of relief there.
I think BKG's plan right now, moving into zone, is going to be taking a little bit of delay, knowing that this compound's in. The best play for BKG right now is running down this road and holding up to the roadside next to VE. But BKG looks like they're going to have to take a fight going into the next phase. V sitting pretty good in zone. AV still sitting nice and into that compound that they have there. CR and SMB are going to be a little struggle to get into this next zone. I'm so surprised, Mark, that Impala only has 2 teams right now in it. There's so much to play in Impala, and I think a lot of these teams aren't taking advantage that are on the outside zone.
Surprised that V is coming away from this area. This spot here that Walshy and Ghost is a great spot. I've played it so much myself. For me, that's where BKG needs to move down. They can't tell that RMV red fight on. It's a little bit too open. It depends on the next zone shift. If it comes down south, they've got this road they can run down. There is dips and cover in it, and they won't be seen. But the CR is going to be the problem. CR are going to have to rotate out this compound. It's going to give BKG an issue and VE. But VE is spreading out a little bit too thin, I think. Especially now they've got Vita now pushing in, trying to take the same ground they're on.
Looks like Winter Circle actually ran upon KB's gas station, and they're actually taking down KB at the moment while we're speaking. It looks like it's going to be a 1v1 scenario with Warnick, KB captain, the IGL of KB.
He missed his first
And
shot.
Warnick managed to get that out and dusty for his team. Looks like SMB is actually be sneaking up behind them as well. Warnick's going to be able to manage to get the res, but SMB has to make a decision. Are they going to put the gas station, or are they going to wrap around and just go far right?
Here it goes. Taking heat already, so it might really force them around. WC are just going to try and get as many shots on these guys as possible. I don't think they're worried too much about getting a knock, just enough to go. Actually, hold on, guys. Like, this is my turf. Like, sod off. Like,
Winner Circle still has to move. Winner Circle has a slow zone on their side, but they still have to manage to get in. And it looks like they're going to take in the vehicle. I think their best play is pushing into Impala. And VE taking out CR. Sonic. CR taking the return.
oh, look at that push.
VE
They
is-
lost Ghost though. It's forcing V now to tighten back up. CR's been done. CR Silence doing the other. Well, she's obviously read the kill feed correctly. Here we see the GTS versus ATR fight. These guys just punching again. Oh, down to a 1. JJ, he's always last catching up with him, mate. He's last alive now. SMB crashing in on this as well. ATR unlucky. GTS well played. Splits was there for ages as well, I believe, or Fenton's, one of the two. They were there for a long time. Oh, Mikey just bolted.
What a
Fenton.
shot from Benno right there. I don't think he's gonna be able to get the confirm. I think JTS is gonna be able to get that resin if they rush for it, because SRS are in just a nice position in zone right now. I don't think they're gonna want to give that up.
Is what I said about BKG. That zone placement change has allowed them to use the roads.
I think BKG's taking full advantage of that coming up to V. They read the kill
Can
feed.
do
I
it
think they
again.
read the kill feed and saw that VE is down in numbers, and I think they're going to take advantage of this roadside. While VE's being distracted, they're going to take advantage on Walshy. They are
Walshy
in a
needs to
2-2 split.
remember the kill feed as well. Like, he can't forget that he had a confirm, like, he had a knock, and then next thing that team's gone. Like, who else shot him? Like, who else took that shot? You need to recognize that it's BKG, and the only place that BKG are going to come in from now is either the compound that's now in blue, or it's going to be from, there we go, or it's going to be coming from the other side of the roads. And there we have it. BKG, as I said, mate, just taking full advantage. Good news now for V's. They know there's a team there. BKG had to play that was their one and only play, and I believe they've now got a motor as well. VE, I expect VE now to sacrifice the other motor and take the tires out. See if the CR vehicle is not good. It's a three-wheeler. VE should be taking the tires, but they're not. They're sitting in the compound tight.
We got a JTS and SMB fight going on. SMB thought they were sitting pretty, but JTS actually overextended into that zone. And it was unfortunate for Check and Fenton going down, leaving SMB as a 2-man and GTS as 1-man.
Alice TV, just subscribing, mate. And he just got killed, so I appreciate that, mate. That's 5 months, mate. You've been subscribed to me, mate. Much love, bro. As always, Tados, aka Walshy.
We got RMV holding out Winner Circle, RMV Aaron and RMV Zebo. While they're trying to rotate into the zone, they're gonna have to fight into the zone. Lucia got the high ground right now.
Tickle and Warnick now pushing in. AVR got dug in here. They've actually haven't got much zone. Be interesting to see WCEU pushing through for AVR, but SRS are going to be able to wrap and take the final kills on this. It's hard to dig people out of this. WC can dodge, duck, and dive, but it's going to be an interesting play.
Playing through cities like this, Mark, is so rough, man. There's so many angles that you can get shot from. I think Warnick's not seeing one right now while Hammer coming up to the backside.
RV Fox is clear now. RV Green. Hammer's on the other side. Warnick's down. Tickle and that's WCEU just out in 9th place and not in a point pot. But they have kills. So they're still moving on up.
Yes. Rough zone placement for them, man. They couldn't work much, knowing that Impala got pushed out of zone.
Remember, from the bat as well, Merc wasn't landed with the boys. So straight off the bat, they weren't a full form, man. I don't think they really got settled after that until we saw the fight with KB, and they're under pressure. Warnick, obviously, great play from him, just doing absolute damage. Just the ability, I think that's what saved them from the early death there, just holding that angle. I know Nath got dropped like the second time, but actually fundamentally, he done really well just to hold that one. ETS now just going out.
Inside and dope. Taking some good shots right now.
Great circle placement for BKG and Avita. VE still holding firm in the shack. Avita playing the southeast side of this. Knight's actually on the southwest, looking over. BKG don't need to move, and they've got a great ridge. No one else can contend it. The next major fight we are going to see here is between AVR, SMB, and SRS. SMB are not letting up on SRS, and I don't expect them to. Reason being is that that's the team that's in front of them.
I think they're gonna take full advantage of these teams going into zone right now, and SMB is putting a lot of pressure onto SRS. Neno's tried to go in for that push, and unlucky that SMB is still behind them, giving him some shots.
Great knocks there from Hammer. For SMB dope, just dropped him. Now down to Jetsy.
Can Jetsy clutch up for his team and manage to
He's
get the
doing
last one?
exactly the same what the other two have just done though. But again, SMB just you've done the same thing that the two guys in front of you have done, and 2 out of the 3 times, like, yes, you won your fight, but you guys can win your one-on-one battles in front of you. But when you got a team just sitting there slapping you from the side, you're like, it's gonna always be a hard push.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating. Looks like BKG are getting some exchanges right now.
Well, they've taken one for Stanners though, but they've taken one back. The boys now in the back need to stop. Knights now pushing over. They're gonna be able to get the res on.
Leno and Kayomi applying some pressure on Avita on the top side, while Key is getting a res on Silent. Looks like Silent trying to get a right flank maneuver on Avita.
Got a knock in, so there's a piece exchanged. Nothing lost, nothing gained. Both teams up with a res. I think BKG are going to find it hard to push back over now. They're going to have to stay. Silence look like he's pushing back.
Looks like AVR is making a play into zone at the moment. I don't think they're going to have enough smokes across that big field because Avita's turning around right now. And they do see that those smokes are out, and they do see that the team's about to come out through that field. They're just in zone right there, sitting on the road. Can Avita see them? Do they have the angle?
Just looking actually through there. I'm watching Lou. You can see through the motor. You can't really see anybody else. AVR needs to come down. I think SMB are actually going to cause a problem. RMV Red though pushing it well. I know we haven't spoken about them much at the moment. They lost their compound to zone. I actually thought they were going to be stuck in zone, but they're using the blue really effectively at the moment. We've seen these guys now take on SMB. Great check off there from Foxy. Great check off, mate. He didn't want to pass that rock.
Mushu getting him a hard push. Sees Dope. Dope sees Mushu.
That's just for days going out. SMB done. 6. So we're not seeing a third SMB win.
But they do have points on the board. That's still a
100%.
good game for them. They got a couple kills and they got some placement points. That's not a bad game. They're going to just run it back and get a better game for the next round.
I think BKG have got no other option now to push Avita. He's using the ridge. Lou and Standards are going to see Keys first. Now it's going to hold anyone going up and over.
I told him that point. He's going to see Keys. He's managed to knock
He's
Knights.
knocked him. Leno's got the confirm. Flash over.
Attacks now.
Oh, Leno's had to
Ollies
drop.
and nades. Good nade from Leno.
Gone a bit too
The
far. That
nade from
Molly's
Keys.
decent. Look at the Molotovs coming in. Standards actually just holding out the other side. He's going to come through, but Standards with a wicked rotation on the right.
Great nade from Blackjack.
Keys is down. Homie's nearly
What a
down.
flank from Stanners. Wow.
That's a game-changing flank right there
That
from
is
Standards.
a game-changing flank from Stanners. Great IQ play from Avita right there. And that is just taken upon some great experience from Comp right there, making that decision.
100%.
What a play. I actually thought BKG had that fight for a second coming on that
they
ridge.
came off that angle that Stanners run down. They came off the angle and all committed up and over, and it just allowed Stanners them through, and it was backs and packs for Stanners, loving it. Comey just managing to tuck himself into the smoke, but I think at that point there was silence had gone down. Leno's already down, so there's 2 confirms there. It's then a 1-on-3, and it's only going one way, despite it's a Vita, but it's any team would be able to pick out a 1-on-3.
I think Avita now is gonna start planning on getting some real estate into the zone. and start picking off the last of these teams. They do have the high tide on the ridge, and they don't know that VE Walter is on the left side right now, just laying down prone, trying to sneak in those little bit of placement points that he can. It looks like AVR is gonna be on the rough side of zone with RMV.
But what we don't forget about AVR is that they're actually in a dip at the moment. Now, if AV push all the way around, they can actually flank the left side of the dip. Just if AV hold where they are, it's not going to allow them to play, and they're going to get caught out. I think we're going to see these boys stick at the and try and keep quiet. I think RMV Red are actually in a really bad spot because they push for the AV fight. VE then started digging them out. Vita found VE. Now gone out. Fourth place. Well played though. He's been on his Todd for a while. I think we're going to see a Vita now really take the shots down on RMV. This is done Mushu. There's a confirm.
Down. Zip leaving as a one-man. Can be rough for RMV right now as Zone's pushing him in.
RMV Red in 10th as well. AVR in 8th. So I suppose that's a logical why RMV pushed him.
That makes sense as well. Looks like Avita are just trying to get those angles on AVR. Lou hears AVR, and I think Lou's gonna get into a better position to get those easy kills coming in through this field rotation. I don't think AVR has much more of a smoke scenario here.
Nah,
They used all their smokes while they were on the street earlier into the game. So it's gonna be pretty rough for these guys. I think it's gonna just end up being a gun skill based match, or they're just gonna go ahead and die from zone and not let Avita get these easy points on
For
them.
me, it's a check out. Let's see if they've got the knowledge just to check out and go, thank you very much, guys. We've got seconds. See you later. I'm going to blue.
But I don't think that's gonna happen here, Mark. I think
Blue?
AVR is just gonna go ahead and try to get the kills.
Got it, mate.
And there it is.
There's
Lou
one.
is just on that flank. Lou's team is calling him
He's
out,
going for
and
blue.
AVR
Gone
made
for
the
blue.
best decision,
Yeah, 100%.
not giving him the extra point.
100%. That's actually, look, well played. Vita obviously now coming in, taking that dub. But fundamentally, that's a good play. I gotta take my hats off to R&V there. Also, those boys having the foresight to go, actually, hold on, let's just check out this one. And then obviously going out to zone, there's nothing more they can do. Same as AVR. I think at that point the guys know that there's nothing more that you can actually do. You are going to go to zone. But yeah, hey ho. Avita taking first place, AVR in second. Good to see AVR up this high on the board. RMV Red again, well played, great knowledge, great expertise. I think you guys were unlucky you lost that compound, but you fought hard and then played it smart at the very, very end. VE obviously unlucky losing that early doors. You guys just didn't. You guys forgot about the kill feed and that the fact that BKG, the only place they could have come down was the road, and then obviously BKG, you could have won that fight with Avita, like hands down. You just all push one way. You let go of your left flank, which we was watching on the right, and Stanley's great move round. Action replay at the end here, not much to see. Avita Blackjack, I think we missed him out. Some great headshots on him, but then look at this, Lou just on a wicked rotation. He knows it is a 3-on-2, pushing up. Obviously the first gunshots actually come in from AV, but then they'll see AVR them exchanging some back. Lou then knows exactly where the player is, takes out the guy closest to him. Just a matter of time. AVR lay low, wait for the blue, wham bam, thank you ma'am. Winner chicken dinner for Avita. Right, so we've got another Miramar, game number 4. See you guys in a second. Y'all can hear you, yeah.
Here's a dancing romance pop song about love we can't resist. Girl, you know you make my heart throb. Here goes something just like this. Don't fall in love with me, baby. I saw you starring in my dreams lately. Don't tempt me with this bad behavior. Save me, oh pretty savior. A faded love story. Don't fall in love with me. Don't fall in love. My love for you's growing stronger. Cannot dismiss you anymore. And my heart really wants to love ya. Oh damn, I think I'm gonna fall. I'm falling for you, darling. You come me closer now. Your eyes are truly something. True love I know I found. Finally think I'm ready to think my thoughts out loud. Don't fall in love with me, baby. I saw you starring in my dreams lately. Don't tell me with this bad behavior. Save me, oh pretty savior.
Yo, cool. So, we'll just sort out frame B's angles. So we love the angle of frame B. Unfortunately, because he was
Lovely.
late joining, I couldn't do this before. So apologies for the training and quality purposes. Right, first off, like, let's have a quick recap. Like, we're game 3. We're about to go to another Miramar now. Just waiting for the last couple of people to join the lobby. What's your first take?
I think off the bat, I think a lot of these teams just had a good comfortability on rotating it into the first phase of this zone. I think the hardest part was the last 2 phases. The last 3 phases, let me repeat myself. Shifting into the Impala side towards field, you can tell there was a lot of pressure that these teams had to deal with because they didn't know was it going to end in the field or was it going to end in the city. So there was so much of a limit that a lot of these teams could play in that type of zone that a lot of these teams just hunker down and they hope for the best. We did see a lot of these teams go down to 2-man to 3-mans really early, especially the top tier teams. I think Avita and who else? SMB, they are doing pretty good today. They were probably in the best positions in these zones. I think better that BKG attempted to take out Avita, and they just didn't see Stanners come out through their left side flank, and I think that's what killed them. Mark, what do you think?
Yeah, especially that last game. I think, like, for me, I actually believe that, I actually thought R&V Red, at that kind of place, like, when I was looking at that last couple of zones, I actually thought R&V Red were actually going to potentially be in the chance to win it because of the location where those guys were sitting. Obviously, funny enough, they lost zone and that caused some problems, and obviously, fundamentally, that then pushed this into the final zone, and they had to fight it in, and I think they played it smart. So big hats off for me for R&V Red. Obviously BKG, they're our boys, or my boys, should I say. Always going to back them. Great to see their play, their strategy. They played the road well. We spoke about that. Avita, though, hands down, definitely seen. Avita, like, they're well known, right? And there's an expectation of them doing really well. And then we've seen them over the last couple of events where they've not been doing what they've been living up to. Now, that's either due to roster changes or to Discord obviously flying about all over the place and people talking about that. But this should break down the logic, right? Avita versus BKG, that just showed the level of experience. Now, I can't take it away from our boys, but like Stanners just knowing to flank that right side and then getting back some packs, and BKG just stacked up, went right. I think they went for that res on Leno. And not take the fight. They were thinking Leno's down, let's go for the res, not actually, hold on, I've got a Vita in front of me, I need all guns up and pointing the right way. So it's an interesting dynamic to the game, and I definitely think it's definitely seen an element of experience now coming out. a little bit more on teams. Obviously, I'm keen now to go in. We've got Euro just confirmed up. They've only had 2-man. One's having technical problems. So, 2-man Miramar. Look, it's the one map you could maybe get away with it, but they need a car. Like, if Euro need to get a car. And they ain't doing
They need
great
a
on the table.
vehicle and they need circle bless.
Oh my God, bless! They need more than that, mate. We shall see how that one ties up. But yeah, we've got to obviously keep an eye on what Euro are doing. GTS though, they came into this as a 3-man, and I actually think GTS have done better so far as a 3-man. No disrespect to their fourth guy, but actually they're actually doing bloody well as a because they
I believe they're just at the right place at the right time, man, and they're taking full advantage of that. You know, I mean, they've been doing pretty good on their 1v1s, and they've been taking good advantage as a 3-man, knowing they're 3-man to push the right fights and when not to push. So my hats off to them, man, and I hope they do good into this next game.
Oh, mate, 100%. And I think we're gonna see. I think if these guys just keep consistency, we've got this Miramar up now, and then we're gonna flip over to another angle. Definitely gonna be interesting to see how these guys, the dynamic changes. Will they let this kind of fame, this win come to them and win it out, or are they gonna keep their heads down and actually get the dub? What needs to get the dub? Right. So, any last statements before we go into these last couple of games? Anything else we want to highlight? Say, do. Big shout out to your mum. Nothing like that.
Nah, man, it's a pleasure. I appreciate you guys having me here and showing some love to the EPT.
100%, man. You're always welcome. Right, let's get into game number 4. There are 5 rounds today. As I said, we've got another Arangle, and then we've got a Miramar coming straight up after this. Flight path, I'll let you talk us through it. Over to you, Frame.
All right, guys. So it looks like we got a pretty decent flight path for a lot of these teams as well. Looks like it's gonna be going down from the south to north a scenario, down the middle of Miramar. A lot of these teams are gonna be playing for their compounds that they're normally down to get to. Again, last Miramar, it was the same scenario. A lot of these teams got to land exactly where they wanted to, get the loot that they wanted, and rotate into zone. It was really easy for them. So let's see if this happens again for this Miramar rotation. We're now seeing the playing move into Miramar, and we are seeing a lot of these teams drop. AVR is doing Valdemar. We got ATR dropping a little early right now. They're learning from their previous experience in Miramar that their previous drop was pretty stacked from they weren't really expecting it to be. Looks like Avita's actually shooting over to Los Leones and keeping their normal drop. And let's see where this next zone takes these teams for the final push of Miramar. And it looks like VE actually going back to Minas Generales. They look like they're going to be pretty good in zone, and they're not going to be contested by Euro. Euro, again, are a 2-man this game. It's really unfortunate that they have to be a 2-man this game. It's going to put a lot of pressure onto Godly. I believe he's going to be IGLing the team as their 2-man, and they'll see how they come out. Hopefully they're able to get into center zone and hunker down and get some placement points at the end, maybe a kill or 2. We'll see.
Interesting they've taken for Los Leones though, like, or pushed out. They got zone. Woo, we're seeing the same zone placement from last time. How can we have the same back-to-back? Now this is going to be interesting from a psychology point of view. Are we going to see teams push early to the compounds that it ended in and around now? Or are we going to see again some people taking the compounds on the outside and waiting for it to come in? So it'll be interesting to see how that. Euro, big hats off. They're a 2-man in this game. They pushed straight in thick and fast. And they've gone to the one place they could hide fundamentally. MV, great placement for them. Don't see many people there. V obviously have dropped for minus again. Obviously Euro not having a 3rd-man, not pushing and dealing with that. So these guys are going to be more happy with theirs. RMV Green, obviously on the north side. WCEU, obviously always going cruise to Val. They're kind of like that. It's great. They've got cars. They can rotate out of there. It's not too bad placement. GTS taking Waterworld. They're a 3. We spoke about them. They're doing really well. R&V Red, San Martin, great place to be having as a 4. SRS taking Bacado, great place again. Tier 1 with those compounds below. See a lot of teams do that where Tier 1 and KB are currently sitting. CR have taken Monty, but they've got one really far out here, and ATR, and he's sitting right between ATR and KB. ATR taking one of my favourite places, which is Chum. Great location, great loot. You're going to get stacked out there. I'm actually quite surprised that Embracing Haze actually are further out. You could easily do a 2-2 on that, high and low, and still get pretty stacked out of that. AV obviously jumping early, as we mentioned, learning from the mistakes from the first time, and Avita taking the same old. This west hand side of Los Leones. Stanners is a little bit down. The compound that Stanners in, actually, I wouldn't be surprised if AV actually goes stack that, maybe as a 2, because that road coming down, it is a good guess that teams are going to be rotating down that way, and they have to slow down to turn. So actually, especially when I play with people like Denny and Taylor and them boys, they like taking this compound here because it means you can catch teams out on the rotations really nice and easily. Now, admittedly, ranked is not and not comping. Obviously, and we all know that I'm a bot, and I won't hide it, and I'm not praising to be that I'm some great laser or something, but hosting, you really do pick up some of these key locations where if you sit, you can get some crazy amount of kills early doors.
It looks like V is taking this full advantage of the zone shift right now, and they're going to be centered up. V is like, we are not dying early from rotation. We're not going to get shafted. We are just going to center up and honker it down, knowing that the last zone, how many teams were on that side of zone. They're just going to try to get those easy rotation kills. It is a pretty big compound. Being a 2-man at the moment is probably not ideal, but I'm sure the rest of his team is going to be coming in. But look at this scenario. Look how many teams are out of the zone compared to last game. It is the same zone, and there's only, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 teams in zone right now out of a 16 stacked lobby. That's ridiculous. There's going to be so much action going on in the next few minutes while these teams are getting into the zone and hunkering down. A lot of rotation is going to have to happen. There's a lot of mountains and ridges that a lot of people are going to have to go through. Main streets might not be the play for these teams, and we'll see what happens when the next phase closes in. And it looks like Avita's actually be taking a long left rotation. Pretty interesting that they're doing this right now. I think they're trying to set up for rotation kills, Mark, and it looks like they are. They're actually going to be chasing Benno, I believe. Trouble
Looks
getting
like
some
it.
shots onto Mikey Benno, while SRS is leaving Bacado.
Trouble's taking some
Pretty-
big hits there.
I think it's pretty interesting what Avita's doing right now. Are they trying to set up for rotation kills? Are they trying to set up for a compound they're aiming towards? Looks like SRS is passing right now. He's got Trouble.
Oh, he's got
Try
the
to go
tire.
for that. Nice. He got the tire, and Bernstein is spinning out right now. He's hopping out. Looks like Hammer's coming back to try to support his boy and give him some covering fire because Bernstein is under a lot of pressure. Jetsy's pulling up right now as well. Big nade coming in from Trouble.
It's on the other side there. They're taking some big tags here. Burnside's down to 1. He's managed to get a med off.
Hat's coming in with the drive-by.
That's going to really blow their position. Trouble's managed to do the car. Oh, like a hat, just dodge, duck, and
Jetsy.
dive.
Kofar turning around on Jetsy.
Mikey's opted to go.
And this is a great play from Tier 1 after the last game, having a rough early game from them. This is a great aggressive play. Picking up 2 easy kills. Now it's going to be up to Hammer deciding if he's going to get out of there. He's not able to reach his vehicle. It's no-go. So we'll see if he makes it out while QBZ hammering some shots onto Hammer right now. Oh, and he's a oneers. Oh! And he just made it over
oh
the
my
ridge.
days, look at his life. He's running though. Looks like Tier 1 are just not giving up.
Tier 1 is on the hunt. They're getting into the vehicle. I think this is going to be a pretty
Euro just been
intensive.
crashed. 2-on-4.
This is not good. Avita is
They
going
need to
to
get
hear
some
the
shots,
gunshots.
mate. They
They're
need
gonna
to get some
call it
gunshots.
out.
Vita don't know they're
Call it
here.
out.
They've gone for a 2-2.
They gone for a 2-2, and oh wow, he's actually hiding inside the wishing well.
Make some wishes
BKG
now,
coming
mate.
up from the backside.
It's gonna push the Vita around to this side here.
Here it goes. Think Knights, they don't know they're there, Mark.
Nah,
I
they
think
don't.
Knights is unaware. They haven't cleared the compound. And Golly hears the shots. Golly's gonna be peeking around the corner. That is wicked. That Knights almost went down right there from Uragali. Lou's gonna be calling back his boys right now. Cause Lou thinks Lou could have read the lobby while they was in. They couldn't know that it's just a 2-man.
Give me a good
And he
night.
And there it is, the collection.
Yeah, I got a point. Let's get enough one equal.
I think Lou's just gonna have to win his one here because it looks like Avita.
They are coming back.
Avita's actually pushing back. They left the compound, so it could be open grabs. Avita could lose this compound while they're fighting this solo and this one stack.
Yeah, it's down to a ones as well. I think these boys, if they're gonna know that they're only a 2.
Keys is in big. Kayomi's in big trouble right now. He's riding through the middle of VE, RMV.
RMV, both going at
And
it.
Kayomi might be going down right now. He lost the back of his tire on his bike, and there it is. JB taking down Kayomi, something BKG does not
Envy.
want to see.
With the steal, Euro going out, 16th place.
Wow, that's rough, man. That's really rough. That's leaving.
Look at that, it's going exactly the same
That's
way.
leaving Key. That's leaving Key and Silent on the BKG team as a 2-man.
Yeah, mate.
Unbelievable, man. That's something they don't want to see early on into this game, knowing that they still got shafted by zone and they have to rotate again. Right now we have a fight all the way on the edge of zone, Mark. We have a fight going on right now with Winter Circle and SMB. Winter Circle again having troubles in Miramar. And they have to make a quick decision on what they're going to do because zone's going to be on their back. They do not want to have this zone on their back, and they're still on the fast side. SMB is actually making an executive decision and pulling out with their vehicles, leaving Winter Circle behind. Could Nave take one with them? And the full SMB team managed to get away from Winter Circle. And now Winter Circle is just going to have to deal with getting into the zone.
They managed to get away with it though. It'd be interesting to see. And I saw this on Tuesday. No, sorry, on the scrim on Monday. SMB actually held on the outside of the zone and taking out cars in the way, just ensuring that teams don't get in. And literally, they have just pulled up there, so the SMB are going to be holding out for WC.
Like ATR is doing the same rotation though. They went through the backside of the mountains and they were pretty good doing that last game, and they're doing pretty good this game. AVR is stuck in the middle, and they might get a rotation kill on Polly. It was like Pumbaa's setting up right now.
Tier 1 just do not want to let anything go.
Looks like Polly's in big trouble right now. He lost the tire to his buggy, and he has to forcefully crash in Paula's mining facility.
He's okay.
And
Lucky there's no one in there.
Yeah, he's really lucky that nobody's in there right now, and he's gonna have to call his team to that position.
GTS going to confirm on SMB. It's a 3-on-3 fight now. It's actually technically a 2-on-3 because Dope's actually a bit too far away. We're on about WC coming in. He's trying to opt to get away. I think he's got a big enough dip that he's going to be okay. It's going to give WC the ability to rotate in here.
And it looks like GTS is actually fighting SMB full on now. They're in zone, so they're gonna try to get these kills.
BKG in a bad spot. Keys is going. There he goes.
That's rough for BKG, man. They're gonna be
last guy
mad
left.
right now.
On his stretch towards the one team he doesn't want to rotate. He's down to a 10. One shot and he's done.
Is done. His tires popped. It could be the end for BKG, and there it is.
Ooh, 15th.
BKG getting eliminated at 15th place, man. That was just a rough start to finish for them, and they just didn't want to see it.
They can't allow that game to affect him now. They've gone down in the table slightly, but they can't allow it. Vito had to
Looks like
crush in. AVR, ATR just sitting in the middle. Polly's actually managed to get some height here. Lose and Standards have gone. Blackjack's remaining. Embrace is down to a 1. He's on the other side. Polly and Embrace could technically take on Blackjack now. AVR though just pushes straight over. Hayes is nowhere to be seen. He's a little bit further back. He doesn't look like he's actually making any play to come up. Actually, I say that correct. He is actually running. Polly, great shot down. It's gone back for the car.
Yeah, Embrace heard Dizzy on the right side. No, he didn't. Let's see the shots.
Great pre-firing from Embrace. Great pre-fire from Embrace there. Polly's gone down
pretty quick.
Hayes is now catching. I don't know why he didn't get in the car first time. Go on the left side here, Hayes. Go on the left side.
Look at tier 1 with the aggressive plays, reading the kill feed like that, knowing that these teams are broken, and that tier 1 is just going to be coming in right now and sweeping up and collecting as many kills as he can, which they need because they did have a rough game last game.
They're literally just making up from game 1. That is oh my god, look at AVR packs his life.
I really don't know how he wasn't knocked from that nade.
He's on 1 HP.
Deer strength. KB taking some big shots on the Kofry. Kofry is going down by KB.
Oh, like a hat, just dropping 1. AV taking it. Despite AV being down, they are just still picking up kills here.
Looks like KB's going on for the KB captain. The IGL's going on for a nice little wrap on the right flank.
Jackson just knocked himself. Kill.
AVR up as a 2-man. AV down as a 1-man. This could be good for tier 1 gatekeeping KB like this.
Yeah, they got to deal with what's behind them now. They didn't need that. Their logout's gone down. Kill confirm.
Tier 1 down to a 2-man once again.
CRB's done ending. Confirmed with CR. ATR Hayes has done Dizzy. So we've seen Hayes now in the fight. He's actually gone back to that original compound. Oh, RMV red out. 14th place. You never know with Miramar. You generally never know.
You don't, man. You don't. Like a lot of these teams predicted the last zone. They're like, all right, we'll fix our mistakes from the last game. But again, new mistakes are uprising as the zone just shifted up north, and nobody expected that. It's really rare that these types of zones will shift up north like that on Miramar towards water.
It's phase 3, so we know it's going to bounce from 4, but how far is it going to go? It's going to be the crazy one. Trouble needs to be careful he doesn't rotate too far. QBZ now coming through. SRS just rotating.
He's just flying through.
Little cheeky beep beep.
Hammer's on the foot though. Hammer's just on the foot. Benno's not picking him up.
Oh, great angle there from Blackjack. Oh, he has run past him.
That's gonna leave tier 1 as a 1-man.
1-man with 4 kills though, so they're pulling their way. Anything now is positive. Oh, what an angle there. What an angle from AVR. Tier 1, despite most be having their best game I've seen so far, they're out in 13th place.
And the AVR already with 5 points. Can he get a 6th point knowing that Blackjack is right above him?
I don't know if he knows he's there. I suppose he does because that fighting from trouble, but
I don't know. I think he heard the footstep. I mean, I heard it. I think he heard it.
ATR Hayes obviously retreated back to the compound, but that's paid off. He's now in zone. Hopefully he's protected his bike and it's inside the building.
Looks like Winter Circle did a 2-2 split from the mountainside and holding down into the compound ridges, which is a good play by them, getting that real estate into the zone, reading the circle, and setting up for the next phases to come.
So we see GTS now coming up and over.
KB running into SMB right now. It's gonna be a rough game for SMB. They're not getting any luck on the Miramar.
Some teams just can't, because we play so much around them, they just can't fathom the actual type of like gameplay. It's a different type of gameplay.
Yeah,
GTS now versus
Erangel is not compared to too much of ridges, more towards compounds and mountains. Miramar is just full of gaps and dips and ridges, and a lot of teams can play pretty much anything in zone as long as they have the perfect bowl or the ridge. It's really rough to read it if you're not really experienced with a Miramar comp match.
Boys are now cutting loose. WC, good play by them. They're going to be coming out to where Tickle and Nath are middle compounds. KB.
Looks like Blackjack might be getting touched by zone right now, as he just took down the second remaining member of SRS.
Whatever it was, the seven's gun. Who's got it? KB's rocking out a Groza.
Envy
now
and
pushing in.
V.
Envy.
V's just pushing in, being on the aggressive play. The past couple of a lot of these games, they've just been a really aggressive.
Great name. Great nade. Envy
Great
needed that.
nade by V's. I think Envy Reacts is gonna have to
He
take
needs to
advantage
take
of
Ghost.
that left
He needs to
flank.
take Ghost first.
Big Rose taking the advantage. He's going to the left flank market. I think he's gonna try to get knocked. DBs or Raws are out.
Bro went straight for the confirm. He missed the guys in the building. I think that's cost him there.
Rose turned his back on DB. DB came right behind. And this ends up being a 1v1 scenario, Mark.
And that's 2 on 1. B now to 2. Envy lost that one. Bro ran
V,
right
oh yeah,
past.
V is still up. Yes, V
Yeah,
is
yeah.
still up. Didn't see that. AB coming in as well. Winner circle with Tommy, and R&V JB just came in as well.
Harvey Green, yeah, they've just cut knives. Obviously, just done 1, 2. They're shooting across these boys now. Blackjack's on the top side. VE still as a 2. Envy played that well. I think the mistake, unfortunately, Ra, I love you, mate, but you run past the building with 2 in. You went straight for the first. You didn't close out, and that killed you off,
Rose's
mate.
mistake was turning his back towards the enemy, and I think DBs took full advantage of that.
Yeah, it was interesting in the first. Yeah, you got 2 confirms, I believe, but you then lost your guys out, and you're not in the point part either. I think you boys went out in 10th place there.
It's gonna be pretty rough with DBs and Raza right now. They are gonna be hurt on armor, and Tommy and JB are holding that 2 stack. They're gonna have good angles on them, and Zebo's just doing
His own thing.
a 2-1
As
split
always.
right now.
As always.
I think he's just gonna hold it out.
He wants to play by himself, mate. Interesting thing is the zone has come back to this south-southwest rotation, which was leaving teams like KB sitting out there. We're going to see GTS rolling up behind these boys now.
GTS is just on the aggressive side right now. Is a 3-man. This great impressive plays by these guys. Again, just picking the right fights and choosing the right pushes to take advantage of a lot of these teams.
These guys have been grinding the leaderboards as well. We see these guys consistently up here as GTS, so we know these guys are effective players. Not had the players with right Fenton. Oh, there we go. GTS, without even losing one, taking down KB.
Great collection of points right there. Looks like AVR and ATR Hayes are going on the 1v1, and AVR managing to take down the last remaining member of ATR. ATR going out in 7th place.
Look at this smart play. WCEU heard the fight. Look at them rotating round to the place on the road where they might be able to pick the kills up. WCEU not seeing it, but AVR taking shots onto Arrow, taking him down to a 2.
And Nate anchoring down the perfect play in zone right there.
There is a point of no return, which WCEU will need to back off and go back up to where Nath is. GTS using the ridges as far as they can, but they are rotating in towards AVR. AVR and Blackjack for a Vita. Sitting really well there. Great little hold there he's going to have. Oh, doesn't want Nath shooting into him like that though. RV Green, they've got a 2. Oh, they've actually tied up as a 3, I believe now.
Look how
Did they
many
lose one?
teams have died off so quickly. There's only 6 teams left alive right now in phase 5 going into phase 6. Such an early event right there.
Oh my god, I missed it.
Wow. What? AVR taking down GTS as a 1-man.
GG's.
Oh, you know his
I
balls
was just
are
trying to figure out where's VE gone, but RV Green had cleared VE, losing one. They're now down to a 2. And I just missed that. AVR just... See you later.
Blackjack did hear those shots. I think Blackjack's gonna be peeking over once in a while, making sure that AVR coming up on the backside is rich.
AVR on a 9-pack, mate.
That's ridiculous right there. I think that took a big blow to GTS's motivation and morale. I think they're gonna have to pick it up for the next game, man. That's unfortunate.
That is. They've been consistent as well.
Mhm.
Got to start rotating in now.
Big shots coming in from Nate with the Mini 14.
AVR. Vest gone.
CR, look, CR snaking it in on the left flank of Winter Circle right now. They're trying to get that first knock.
They
They're
might
doing
take
a
it as well,
2-2
you know.
split again.
A big question of how much you take off. They've gone back a bit. They've had a few shots. They've not been confirmed off, so they've gone back. It's not bad play by them. They're aggressively playing. Let's see if CR can get to this end zone, and this time take the win.
I think CR is going to be pretty split now for the rest of the game. It looks like Jackson is actually making a right side rotation. They gotta know that there's somebody in the compound. RMV Zebo and RMV JB are just holding that on the compound. They don't want to get into their sights because that's gonna basically cut them off. And it looks like Winter Circle heard.
Blackjack.
Yeah, they heard them behind, and they're doing the 2-2 split as well. They're in zone.
Blackjack taking AVR. We got unaware he wasn't there. He was there, to be fair. Unfortunately, WCEU just closed him down, but now it's going to be a 2-on-1. Blackjack versus Nath and Warnick. Grenade is going out.
Good nade right there.
Good nade, taking a bit of damage.
Tickle him a little bit.
Nath changed from the 3 to the red dot.
Good flash right there from Nate.
Good
Looks
flash.
like Nate's gonna come in and collect.
Pushed him out onto Warnick's side. Taking him, just missed it. AV at him 4th. Blackjack done well though.
Winter Circle just sweeping up this whole area of this side of the zone, man. That's crazy right now how split they are, and they're just taking advantage of it.
Look at Merc though, playing so well on the blue at this north side. CR have come off the blue, they've tightened themselves back up. They're like, well, we're not making the same mistake and doing the splits we done last time. Let's tighten up and close this one. But Merc's got a great shit up in the top, and there's one. He's gone down to a 1-shot himself, but he's put enough pressure on now just to refocus the WCEU boys to come back up on this ridge on this west side, try and take some more shots down.
He's trying to collect the thirst, and which he does. Gonna be rough for RMV JB and Zebo right now. They're rotating onto the right side of the zone. Nath does see them, and he's putting some shots down.
Big flank for them. Very big flank, and they're coming from a 2-on-4 perspective as well.
I think they're just gonna go ahead and do a 2-2 and rotate onto RMV right now and get those easy 2 points. I don't think Nate knows exactly where they're at. He just saw them. JB peeked over his head.
He
JB
missed his
sees him.
first shot.
Molly going out from Tickle. What a quiet zone. this is
7.
right
We
now.
see this sometimes on 7, right? Oh, JB just went into the flames.
They're just waiting. Nath and Tickle are just waiting for the mistake that RNV might make. RNV still has to push into zone. They might expose themselves.
Zebo missed his shots as well. He had a great shot on CR, but he's going to try and hold this one out. They've put themselves in... What you suppose? They're going to go... They've got a 4-man no matter which way they go. I think they've opted to take WCEU on. They've got to make the play. It looks like they're trying to make the play in towards these trees here on the left-hand side. Smoke's cover's only going to give them for so long. It looks
Their
like
best play
CR
is
just
trying to
focusing
smoke
on them now.
as
Look
much
at
as
it.
They can.
Want to speak them up. I can't get JB's gone. Warnick picking up 2. We've now seen a 4-on-3 fight.
CR on the split
WCEU.
as well.
Look at Beast's
WCEU.
rotation though.
This could be WC's game right here, man. They have majority of the zone. They're controlling it very well. They're spread out in an even length. They're just holding every angle that CR can make, and they're just peppering shots.
Great
They're
shot.
waiting for that knock. I think the first knock that CR gets right now, Winter Circle's going to take advantage of that, and they're just going to just push right in.
CR picked up Merc on the rotation. It's north side. Managed to get a headshot on him on the first bullet as well. We know he likes to have a rotate, so the fact even if he just holds here as an anchor, the CR are going to be calling these guys out. They might do a stupid play and try and push up and over to him. Merc's already on the rotation. He's going up to the blue. Expects him to come all the way around. He has.
They do exchange shots together. They're not hurt. They can still fight it. Looks like a nade might be going out right now.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get the right place. Merc's already been rotated. Now tying up.
Merc has called Nathan. Nate's going in with the aggressive play. Got headied.
Merc's managed to get
Merc
it though.
taken down. And this is going to be rough for CR right now.
2 on 4.
They're out of zone. Smoke's going out from CR. They're out of zone. They have to make it to an open field play, and Winter Circle has all the angles.
Yeah, limited amount of smokes for these boys now. They've already lost one. Their last smoke's done.
And there it is. Winter Circle Nath and Winter Circle Merc are going in for the aggressive push into their smokes. Flash going out by Merc. Nath on the right, aggressive play. Tickle putting down some precious shots.
Oh, there we go.
There it is. Merc going in to pick up.
Jeez. Look, Leif obviously just missed the first shots and the boys managed to pick it up, but WCEU taking the win. Good game. Real good game. Obviously that's game numeral 4 for us. Don't forget we've got game 5 coming up just in a second. But WCEU taking first place after their first day. I think this is their next first win coming up. CR again second place, consistent, not major amounts of kills again, but 6 points plus the 3 kills, decent. RMV Green coming in third place. Vita Blackjack just surviving that one out to 4th place. Well played for him. And AVR 7-pack. Look at that. Like, GG's head. Like, I thought you guys were going out several points for that, but stood your ground. You got your fights. You lost at least one guy on the way, but you done well.
I think their performance would be a good pat on the back, Mark. I think they did the best they could on that scenario.
100%. Right, so a quick look at the action replay. So obviously this is where we see CR. They've already lost one, so it's a 2 on 4 at this moment in time. It's only a matter of time before obviously WCEU make the play. WCEU opted not to hold back, and we see Nath pushing through. Obviously misses first shots. He gets dropped there from Jackson, but it was too late. I couldn't even get there in time. Merc already in the middle of them, tied up both of them. GG's. Winner Circle taking the 4th game. Right, 5th game coming up. Be an Erangel. See you guys in a second.
It's all of the waves they keep chasing after me. Even though we are out of reach, I can feel the water on my feet. The things that you said to me, they will grow inside, they make believe. I am still dancing on the feelings that you gave me. I am still dancing on the feelings that you give me.
games just to escape mistakes made in the past. If only I could change. And all the love you gave, it came and went so fast, and only left the pain. Now all I think about, just say that we can turn it round. I don't think I can go without. I don't think I can go without you. Without, can go without you. Without, can go without you. Brought my soul sunshine to a body as cold as mine. Really put me in overdrive, but it made me blind. Was all in my mind the whole damn time. You gave to me something I never had, all that I need, but then you took it back. I shared a scene, but it happened just like that. Yeah, you hurt me bad. Now I play games just to escape mistakes made in the past. They never fade away. Now all I think about, just say that we can turn it round. I don't think I can go without.
Okay, welcome back, guys. So don't forget, obviously, it's a 5-game today and 5 games on Friday. We're just waiting for the last couple of guys to jump in. So, like, Miramar is always the interesting one. We see some great plays by certain teams and some teams that just can't kind of grasp Miramar. It's just a different game. So we've seen teams that sometimes don't do well, doing great. Teams that we expect to do really well are not doing so great, and really having to like fight for this basically.
I think
Go on.
I think Miramar was this match was very underestimated. A lot of these teams didn't really they got too comfy. I think they got too comfy in the positions that they were in, and they realized that the same zone they had in game 3, they thought they were going to get in game 4, and it ended up not happening, and a lot of these teams got pushed out. They folded under pressure, and a lot of these teams went from being the top tier team in the lobby to being the lower tier in the lobby. You had a lot of these teams going into 1-mans, 2-mans. It was really rough. A lot of great fights though. We did have a lot of fights going in from Impala. We did see that Avita crashed. Did get contested between ATR, and they get contested between AVR. AVR did manage to hold down majority of the fight while they were moving in, and Tier 1 tried to get in a little bit of that action, managed to get some kills, but they did ended up getting wiped because KB came up from behind them on the 5th party flank, because there were so many teams fighting in there. And KB made the right play, and they said, nope, we're not going to get in here. There's too many bodies dropping. Let's save our team. Let's get into the next zone, and we'll fight from there. We did see a lot of these names, big names, drop early, and it was pretty impressive how these lower tier teams managed to handle under pressure, and seeing some great plays from AVR, JTS, KB. It was really good to see. We did see AVR manage to get a nice little highlight of the 4th game in Miramar, taking out JTS as a 3-man. He managed to get all 3 of them, which is pretty good for their
Crazy.
team. Then they ended up getting, I believe, what was it, a 12-point game?
12-point game, I believe, yeah.
I think 12-point game, which is a really good game. Even though he ended up getting, I think, believe 6th place. That's really good for them for AVR, and that should give them some good morale to
Yeah,
the next
especially coming
game.
into this game as well. And obviously, like, the table's a bit small on your screen. Don't forget you can type exclamation mark look up in chat anytime. I've just banged it into chat so you guys can see the link. But WCEU, that win pushed them back up again. Let's put them back up for 134 points, 80 kills. There is a big difference between WC at the moment and second. SRS still holding on to that second place. These guys are consistent. They have some good games, have some bad games, but they've been consistent, give or take. So they're still sitting in second place. Vita though have been climbing the table. Really low, like high-low table start off with, and they've just been chunking away at this game in, game out, good kills. They're now sitting in third place. S&B also same again, just chunking those kills in. See that win first and second, good amount of kills. Just they've been away those points every single time. RMV Green now in 5th place. AVR, great game, 59 points, pushing you straight up to 6th. Tier 1 going out in 7th. RMV Red in 8th. VE in 9th. CR in 10th. BKG dropped down to 11th. MV Red dropped down 12th place. KB 30th. GTS, ATR Red, and Euro. Yeah, crazy amount of games. We're Flight Path is just coming up now. We're going to game number 4. Let's have a Butchers. Got a north to a south rotation straight over Severny. Yaz is going to be in. Roz, School, Flats. BKG boys are going to go between School and Yaz. We know that. Pachinki is the interesting one. Let's see if people decide to go for that. MV are going to be happy. Vita are going to be happy. GTS are going to be happy as well. Interesting to see if VE go for that GTS drop again. And does tier 1? Do they go for Milta? Millie, again, we may or may not see teams go that way. Ferry Pier as well. RMV Red, we might see them boys go up on that side. Couple of early drops here. Looks like some teams actually pushing towards Georgie for the long drop. Well, AVR gone to Vernie. SMB going for the North George.
Well, I think this flight path is pretty favorable, Mark. If I was in this plane right now, I'll be pretty comfortable, and knowing that I'm gonna get my job. A lot of these teams are gonna be able to get that. They're gonna be able to finish off this game comfortably, knowing that they're gonna be able to rotate into the next probably any type of zone, comfortably. And I think we're gonna see a good amount of plays from a lot of these teams this last game. A lot of the teams knowing that they haven't been doing too good in the beginning of the league. I think they're going to turn it around this game, and I think they're going to do better than before. BKG, they did have a rough last Miramar game, and I think they're going to pump it out, knowing that they can get their drop. And I think Avita, Winter Circle are sitting pretty good right now where they're at. Avita still has to do some work. They have to get up there. They're not saved yet. I think they're going to take full advantage of the zone drop that they have now as well. And Winter Circle, sitting comfortably, man. I think they did a pretty good performance today, and they're just gonna relax, chill out for a minute, and they're gonna just play the game and enjoy it for this last round.
Okay, so Milta looks like tier 1 opted to go for that drop there. GTS, unfortunately, Fenton only getting the shotgun, but splits an arrow out now. But tier 1 nicking the hard spawn car. Yeah, I think you're right, mate. This zone is the plane path was great. A lot of teams are going to be comfortable with that. They're going to be able to get their combats. We've been seeing BKG again. We've spoken about this before, but having that secondary drop, this wider drop, they've gone for the wider drop. It shows they're a lot more comfortable on that rotation. So nothing alarming there. Zone's gone for a southwest. Loads in. SMB now getting in on cars. We might see SMB drive straight down George and go straight down. They might stop. CR have made this Georgie board as well. There's nothing really, I'm not going to say exciting, but there's nothing really different here. This is what we're used to seeing, give or take. I just kind of feel that we want to see how this game plays out. It'll be interesting to see from the games that we've seen so far, and the level of aggression has increased in every single game from a certain amount of these middle tier teams in the table. I want to see if that aggression continues now into this play, and or do they go back to their old habits when it comes down to wrangle. I don't know. Like a hat though is left behind, just an FYI.
I think a lot of these teams that are in the middle stage of comp scene, they're gonna take full advantage of this zone, and I think they're doing better than what I've seen in previous tournaments and leagues. And I'm pretty impressed with the amount of knowledge that they've gained throughout the time of PUBG comp scene, and I'm excited to see what happens in this round. Not a lot of teams moving yet. Not a lot of teams taking advantage of this zone. Like I said, everybody's comfortable where they're at. Everybody's comfortable, so they're just trying to get as much loot as they can. It's the last game. They want to be stacked. They want to go in with a bang, and we'll see where this goes. This zone might end up being a quarry finish, or it could be a quarry field finish. We will see. It doesn't look like it's gonna be pushing up to Gaka though.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's going to go two places. It's either going to go into that field where RMV Yoda is sitting, so where I've just put the cursor over now, and it's going to bounce maybe that way, maybe from there into quarry, that sort of area. You might see a hard shift because of the water that's down the bottom. We might see a hard shift that goes up towards Gatka and Gatka fields in and around. I think both of these endings are this zone kind of really yells out that it's going to be a field ending. We could be wrong. Obviously keen to see how it plays out. V obviously got themselves over on the milli. They went for the late drop. We've got a couple of people which have been left behind. Teams are now starting to rotate in. So it's good to see that we're now getting a consistency level approach. And look, first off, like, feedback from you guys in chat. I've always admitted that we don't know everything and we're always trying to improve. And as I said to you on Monday, yesterday, I'm currently talking to the French and German leagues about doing something different. And my whole thought process today has been about this 5-game lobby, starting that a little bit earlier, but playing 5 games. Could this be the new standard of gaming? Like, what do you guys think out there? Do you think it should be a 4-game? Do you think it should be a 5-game? Or does it not matter? You're just happy to play some PUBG and shoot each other?
We do see right now that BKG has crashed Avita, and Silent managed to get Lou knocked out of the vehicle. But BKG, the team didn't crash, was Silent. So I don't know what their thought process was going through while they were making this rotation. Silent took the compound. Avita Knights was the only one there, so he thought it was clear, and his BKG kept pushing onto the ridge. I don't know if they're going to take advantage of this while Lou is knocked. They might not.
Nah, I think they should play away from it. They're going to put away from this. I think it's the right play. They didn't quite get to confirm. Knights obviously played really well. Lou was down, but he just put pressure on just for them guys just to miss those last couple of shots. It just really helped. Leno's in a bit of trouble now.
Yeah, this is very sloppy right now from BKG. They need to tighten up a little bit, and they need to figure out what they're going to be doing, because they're getting shot from Euro, and Avita might be getting into the fire as well. Looks like Keys went back to pick up Leno. Leno's safe. He is half health, so he only takes 1 bullet to knock one out of the vehicle. Looks like Kayomi might taking some suppressive shots to get Keys out of there and onto the bull and get into the next rotation.
Right play for me for BKG now. Take South Pachinki Hill and play for that low quarry out on the east side, those fields there. I think that's going to be the right play for them. But we shall see. Envy picking up drop. Let's have a look what Deez has picked up.
Looks like little kid in the hat is actually stuck in the middle of GTS right now in Milta. Where's the rest of his team? His team is very split right now.
They took the hard spawn car away from them to start off with, but Little Hat didn't get in the car, and he had to actually dip into a building. GTS wasn't aware of that, and they really focused on the tier 1 driving away, thinking that they've now gone. Little Kid in a Hat, though, he obviously now not decided to lay low. He's now trying to take on this fight. Assuming he's going to know that it's going to be GTS, right? But taking on a 3-on-1 at the best of times is not always fun, but confident.
It looks like a lot of these teams are starting to make their way into the zone right now, Mark, and getting hunkered down into these center compounds. Majority of the teams that rotated early are going to get some good spots into the zone.
Yes, GTS Splits like a hat, laid down, waiting for Splits to come around the corner, but Splits went, hell no. He actually ran along the wall to be able to pick that kill up. What a play. Look, let's have a quick look at this. Like a hat doing well. He's taking a 3-on-1 fight. Fair play. Last game. Let's get some extra points in. He then engages into a fight here. Obviously, misses the first shots. He gets exchanged back. And there's like a little bit backwards and forwards. He gets some hits and returned, and he lays down on the drop shot for that. Obviously, I got to the outside view. Here comes Fish, jumps up and over. Wham bam, thank you, man. I'll see you on Thursday. KB are pushed in though.
Yeah, the KB looks like they pushed in, trying to get some action in that fight. They're getting exchanged right now from KB and JTS.
We got played by Fenton though. He just instantly stood in front of his boy to stop the first. Oh, he went for the pre-fire. He missed. He didn't miss it. Loon just opted not to go for it, and he actually forced him to go for a reload. Actually, when he came out, Fenton with a big rotation round now. Nade out. I should get the confirm.
I should get the confirm.
He has. Oh, he's
I
gonna
think
miss.
Gentis is extending a little bit, leaving Loon for an open shot.
Oh, Captain's been dropped there.
And
Splits
Split's
is up
getting
on
the return.
roof. This guy, I'm gonna call this boy Spider-Man from now on. GG's. He loves a little climb.
Getting right on the high ground, but it looks like Trouble and Kofri are coming over the ridge right now, and they might spot Splits on that roof. It could be the end for JTS.
He spotted him. He's come down to his other side.
You haven't spotted him yet.
He spotted them though.
They're all in blue right now. This is not good.
Lim's been confirmed by Trouble.
Splits heard the shots. He moved over to the side of the roof.
Must have been the car he heard coming in.
That's rough.
I'm surprised BKG didn't take the South Pachinki Hill, and I'm also surprised that the South Pachinki Hill is still free. WCEU taking the bowl out on the east hand side. R&V red in the compound, but that's near enough their drop. That's kind of their standard rotation. Vita taking the blue line round on the west. They're going up towards north. Must be taking the compound and play from there. Expect Vita to come into this sort of area where the trees are. SMB really far out on the west. It looks like they're rotating down to the south southwest. CR going in for the South Pachinki Hill maybe now. SRS actually CR crashing SRS.
Uh-oh.
2 on 4.
CR's been doing pretty good for the past couple games. Let's see if they can clutch it up with SRS pushing in now. Well, SRS is at a two-man. Where's the rest of his team?
Blitz is done captain. AB out in 16th place.
SRS has a two-man right now holding the garage building. CR playing it really tight together in a two-stack.
Look at it. That's like to see the feet here as they actually come up the stairs. I don't think they know if anyone's in that building. They've not worked out that. Oh, he can't get the shots down on Beast there.
Ooh, that would have been a good nade.
Yeah, just short.
They're trying to figure out who's in this garage building. They're trying to figure out if it's a two-man or it's a full squad.
I don't think they knew if there was a great nade
What a
there.
nade.
I don't know who's here. I don't think they know that there's not anyone in the two stack. CR using the cards to get around more angles, going to the single stack here. It's gonna really limit the angles now.
One Circle Tommy taking down one of the members from AVR as well.
Actually fighting out in ruins.
Good spread from R&B and Winter Circle Tommy right now. They have a really good spread.
Using
This could be
nades
the
from
end
Angel.
right now for SRS. They do have one knock. Burnside is knocked. But CR is not taking full advantage of that right now.
They're opting to get in the car and opt to get out of here. They're cutting loose as a free. R&V green chasing
AVR
it.
doesn't want to die early no more, Mark. They want to get into that placement bot and they want to finish out the game. So they're making an executive decision to push out, rotate out, and get into the zone.
SRS now going for the res and the stairs. CR taking it really slow on this push here.
I kind of like how CR plays though. They play tight. They play really tactical, not passive. I wouldn't say, but tactical. They shoot when they need to shoot, and they push when they need to push. And I've managed to see this team into the top 5 scenario majority of the night.
Look at this, waiting on the.
It's like AV Lou stuck up by himself, and AVR just crashed Avita. AV Lou holding down the compound. AV Lou's calling his boys in, letting them know, our team just crashed me. I need your help.
CR's got the drop. I just beeps him away. See that, Luke? I can't believe they beeped their boy. Luke, you're on your own, mate. You got another knock here, CR. We just got the res again.
I think Lou needs to open up with that first knock, so AV can go in and get the confirms.
Luke just looked back at his boys, and the Vita boys just laughing.
It's
CR
really
again.
quiet.
Look at this
in this,
angle,
Aragon
CR.
match.
Look at this. They're really trying to find the angles now. That
I think CR needs to know that they're two-man. They have already knocked one each.
surely there are players now can see the roof. They can.
And there it is. That has to be the opening. The team needs to push. That's too much time wasted.
Here they go.
And here it goes. CR going in with the full-fledged push. This could be the end for SRS.
There we go.
And it
SRS
is.
down. Out. 15th place. They're not going to want that. Sitting in second place. But we
Looks like
definitely
RV
know
is-
Vita are going to love that in the kill feed.
And there we go. We got
Look, now they're
R&B
back up
making
their
an
boy.
aggressive push.
SRS have gone out. Oh crap, guys! We need to back up our boy now. Let's not
we need to
beef
get
at
these
Luke.
kills.
Yeah.
AVR does hear the crash. I don't think AVR knew that Lou was in that compound. Or no, they're just picking him up.
Evac.
Lights and black pack. Take some suppressive shots.
Sanders on the evac, mate. Look at that. You see CR now being taken on the fight with R&V Green pushing into there. It's just lucky enough they got their timing cleared up.
Looks like it's gonna be the end for Winner Circle Tommy for the last game of the night.
Interesting ATR Pigeon saying 4 games. 5 games is just a bit too long. What's your thoughts on 5 games versus 4 for him?
Say that one more time.
5 games or 4 games a night?
I think 5 games.
Suppose you can be mentally drained as a player, right?
I think 5 games actually will push out the skill base of a team. Honestly, I think that 5th game can actually make big turns for a lot of these teams. Love how CR's maneuver is. They're just shutting down this
They're
warehouse
just
right now.
chipping away at it, aren't they? They're just literally chipping away. A couple of boys need a bit of loot. They're just holding angles, chipping away. Envy has just taken Lou, so Lou went out on his own again.
Jackson going in for the push. He's inside. 2-2.
But they're holding out the other angle. They're trying to flush him out the other side.
JB hears him. JB takes him down.
Great push. Great play there. Despite knocking themselves, which yes, I have
They're
now
gonna manage to
recorded.
get them all back up though. What a great play.
100%. Just a bit of a slower play. I think they might get some stick for that, as in the sense that they're chipping away at this slowly. But remember, they just chipped away at SR. I think they had 3 knocks before eventually pushing in. And then look at this. They're just to play in. Then another player's in there. They've got that anchor player on the other side. So now they're not backing out the other side. They already know they've got 2 kills also. So there's only 2 in here. Obviously, unluckily getting that. Pushing straight around, knowing that they're going to try and get the flush. And the other team pushing on the other side. Great play from CR.
We do have some drive-by action going on right now over by R&V, VE, and Winner Circle. They're all crashed all together. VE's in a bad position. They didn't know that Winner Circle was on top. Big nade coming in from Merc right now.
Surely WCEU's got that all day long. Tier 1 have crashed north side.
Looks like BKG has been crashed by SMB, and SMB's having a shitter right now. All madness is going down right now. Look how many teams are dropping.
Combie's last guy left. BKG out.
Wow.
BE out.
SMB taking over that 1-stack position from
80
BKG.
up, pushing in. BKG, your boys did alright though, mate. 1 apiece. Going backwards and forwards. They may like the 5 games. They had the great last
This
game.
is where this is where you tell like the momentum of a lot of these teams doing 5 games. You can tell that some of these players are just
AGLs
trained. AGLs are trained, so they're making calls they probably shouldn't be doing, and it's gonna be change of the night.
ATR now down to 2. Hayes and Embrace.
AVR getting some shots from SMB
Hayes
while they're
he just missed the player. He just missed Envy.
Wow. Avita taking down one of the row. Taking down row from Envy. Envy's pushing back.
ATR out in 11th. Unlucky.
That's a great the defensive position from R&V, holding out that ridge, stuck in the middle between Winter Circle and ATR, using the ridges in the tree line to protect themselves while Winter Circle's pummeling them from the back.
Envy now up and over the top. Rose obviously gone out, so it's a 3-on-3. Envy actually had the knock on Lou. Lou pushed over here by himself. Great knock there from Technics.
That's something that Avita does not want to see right now.
Another knock as well. That's not what they want. Stanley's the last guy.
Avita's going to be in a big trouble right now. Envy should be getting on this.
Should be able to get the res on Blackjack. The call will be coming that he's coming around on this right flank. Both of them straight on the right there.
And the best decision for Avita right now is going on the left flank, which Standards is trying to do.
Yeah, they can't now anymore. That's the
Yeah,
out
hear
there.
them. And
Heavy
there
out.
it is. Wow.
CR though, look
Envy.
at this. CR
Envy taking
straight.
down Avita, and Avita's going down in 10th place. And CR is taking full advantage, Mark, as you're saying.
These with that gross is doing absolute bits, mate. Beast on this low side. Beast is down. Technic's last guy left. Beast has got him surely. Envy's out. CR should be able
Wow.
to get the res in. No, they haven't. We're too far out. Euro's still alive here. We're in the point pot now as well.
I think CR, that was a good play from CR. Even though they lost one, I think that was the best play to get exchanged and collect those other kills from Envy. They're sitting pretty good right now in zone. They took the best, probably the best position that they can have in zone as well.
Sorry, V are still alive. They're not out. They're only out to 2. And CR up to 10 kills nearly. 9 kills for them. And they're in the point pot, so they're on a 10-point game so far. CR have been really consistent so far. They've definitely impressed me today.
I'm really impressed by them, man. I think honestly that I think they're probably, Winter Circle is doing the best right now, but I think CR as of today, I think they probably can be called the MVP team the way they're playing, man. They're really doing some good tactical plays. They're moving together. They're not making dumb decisions, and they're picking the right fights, man. And that's pretty impressive to me.
Foxy's done Nath. So that's a good knock for R&V Red now. SMB did drop D-Breeze. A WCEU, he stole that though. A VE now down to a 1.
You're a Gali on the left side of CR right now. Gali does see them. I
Yoda's
think
got
Gali
Nath
either was
back
going to
down.
choose
Oh my days, Mert just absolutely railed him. Look at this, tier 1 is just moving up.
Tier
That's a
1
good
sees,
name, mate.
they read the kill feed. I think Tier 1 read the kill feed. They're going to take advantage of that. And they're going to go on in. They're a little late, but they could get the knock on Tickle or Nath.
Mert's down to a 1-shot. Easy off the mid. Grenades are coming in thick and fast. They're not bad nades as well, you know. Mert's clearly gone down for some loot. Mert's going to come under this flank. Been dropped by Kofi. Great rotation, expecting a flank round. WCEU at 7th place, tier 1. Aggressive play again. Another team really impressing me today.
That was an aggressive play. That was probably a good call from the IGL from Tier 1, pushing on to that fight while Winter Circle was in rags. I think Winter Circle didn't expect that, honestly, and they took the fall from it.
They've not left they've left the Groza. Euro, God, he's got a Groza and he's just coming in behind CR. They've left the Groza in the pack.
Walshy has a 1-man and Splits has a 1-man out in the field. They need to get into zone. SMB's gatekeeping them right now. And it looks like Trouble might look over on this ridge and figure out where are these shots coming from. Beast does not see Godly behind him. Godly sneaking in inch by inch.
Oh, Troubles actually picks him up at the end. SMB doing the hard work. Walshy, Unfortunately, getting closed out on the field. VE out in 6th place. VE
Look at
nine-
Golly sneaking in, Mark. You need to get over here. He's sneaking in for the kill. And there it is. Golly opening up on CR, leaving CR as a 2-man. CR did not
and
expect that.
CR getting shot by SMB as well, so it's allowed him to kind of not sneak away, but reposition himself. CR gonna be kicking at him to pick up the Groves in a second. You know that.
I think tier 1's on for the aggressive push too. They're moving pretty fast on this left flank of Golly right now. They're trying to get some eyes on what's going on. I think tier 1 is the only 3-man up right now.
5 teams remain.
Here it is with the aggressive push.
Yeah,
from
tier
tier
1 are
1.
closing this out. Godly needs to be careful.
I think this could be big trouble for right now for Golly. Golly's stuck in the middle.
Tactic, lay down. They run past me. We've seen it happen before. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we have. I think Golly heard him. Golly hears him.
Godly's down to an absolute 1, but he managing to pick up. CR straight up and over. Godly
Tier
might get
1
his kill,
didn't
you know.
expect that.
Oh, Kofi down to a 1. It's a 1-on-1.
CR knows he's weak and he's pushing in for the kill. And there it is. What a
GG's.
great
Godly with
push,
2
and he's gonna
kills.
manage. He's gonna manage to get that resin mark and get him back up as a
100%.
2-man. That's gonna be a good even fight for SMB.
Look at
Splits is
that.
still on the field, holding that zone, man. Now he's gonna have an easy way in the next zone, getting this team a position of 3rd place right now. He could potentially get a 2nd.
The
We'll
only
see.
question is he's counted the bodies running out. He's not taking his shots. He's playing smart. Yeah, I'll definitely be
I
running
think
past
one
that,
to-
checking it.
I think 1 to 2 kill is. I think a 2nd place position is better than just 1 to 2 points, Mark. So he's
100%.
playing it pretty smart.
CR on 11 kills though. These guys feel invincible coming into this game. Like they've just gone at it.
They played it really well. They've been playing it really well.
Just heard him. Oh, fanboy on the left rotation. Oh my days, he needed that knock there.
It's a big knock from this cookie though.
Oh my.
And there it
They
is.
are invincible.
Wow, they are just swiping and just destroying this lobby right now. And it could be a win for CR right now. Splits is on the overhang of the ridge and he's going low. Probably something he shouldn't be doing. He should be going a little higher than that. He has zone coverage. They have to come to him.
The interesting play for me now is that, and I hope CR get this. No offense for GTS, because as I said, these guys have impressed me today. But these guys have been grinding this out. They've got 2. Is it 2 second placed on this so far?
I think 2 second places, yeah. I think they've been top 5 pretty much throughout the whole day today. And we'll see what happens. Maybe GTS can manage to get the wipe on CR, but
We've seen
I think
AVR do it.
CR, yeah, CR's confidence is over the roof, and I think CR just is trying to just spot him right
Yeah,
now.
I've seen him.
JTS is spot him. He knows where they're at. He's gonna let zone do the work for him.
Yeah, logic would be they come his way.
And they haven't spotted him yet. They're gonna be wrapping zone, and they decided to go left. Mark, last minute.
I
Last
told
minute
you
play,
that
they
logic.
they
Think about
decided to
logic.
go
If
left.
you're in their position, keep the high grounds. They lost 2 games based upon the high grounds, so they're learning, right? The only problem is they've got poor GTS sitting right behind them now. Oh!
Go! He thought he knocked him, and he let
Unlucky. He just
go.
came off it, didn't he? He just came off it.
Man.
GTS Blitz, GG's, mate. I would have done the same. I would have come off him there thinking he was nuts and went for the second player. He had to flick back and confirm that kill.
That is a 24-point game for CR right there. What a great last game
Wow.
these guys have managed to pull off.
That's put him up high table now. That's high, that's mid table. They were low table.
they're
They were
mid-
mid
they were
table.
low
Now
table,
they're high
and
table.
I think they
GG's.
brought those numbers high up.
GG's CR. First place, big kills, well played, well pushed, and slow and controlled. You might get some stick, but slow and controlled fighting. GTS coming in second place. Well played, boys. That's a 3-man. I think that's the best you've done. SMB coming in third place. Tier 1, again, another team, super hyper aggressive play. Whoever your IGO is, you guys you brought the A game today. And then Euro, that's the 2-man coming in 5th place. Let's have a quick cheeky look at that action replay. So see, this is where we see splits. Obviously, seen them now. Obviously, they looked like they were going down to that sort of west, down to west south. So they wouldn't have come across GTS splits. But you look at this zone, and you know they're going to come that way. They've got to come that way. Like, they lost 2 games based upon losing rotation because of low on the hill. GTS split. So there's the great shots on for him. Yeah, just literally missing that coming off that last shot, especially one more time. He literally just comes off that last shot, and then it forces him to go into this kind of like he flicks to the next player, because that's logically what you got to do. But that first player just was up, and he just couldn't do anything but go back to that player and confirm that kill. But there he goes, down to a 1, and then he comes back on my days. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. CR taking first place. Right. So that's game number 5 for us today. Look, again, firstly, again, major apologies for guys and girls. Obviously 5 teams or 6 teams just in one lobby, kicking off, basically saying that they can't get Xbox Party going down and Xbox going down for game chat. There's nothing we could do. Look, obviously it happens again, guys. Raise a couple of tickets, ping us in chat, and obviously we'll deal with it. Obviously we'll get loads of people messages at the time. We're trying to get comms out to everyone, but we can't do it quick enough. So again, major apologies for myself. We are making up the game, so today is a 5 game. We've just finished. Thursday is going to be a 5 game, but instead of 2 Miramar, it's going to be obviously the extra air angle. So it'll be 1 Miramar and then 4 angle. So loads of action for that one. Expect some aggressive play. Obviously season 1, obviously then we're going to play out and then we're going to see it. So we'll be back up to speed as of Thursday. I've been BKG Mark, and obviously we've got Frame L3 Angin, as people would say. Frame Angin. Obviously with the co-host, mate. Thank you very much, mate. You got any closing statements or anything you want to highlight for today?
I think a lot of people have underestimated a lot of these teams that have gone down from the bottom, and I'm really impressed from a lot of these teams putting so much pressure into today's game to bring their team back up. They thought they had nothing to lose, but guess what? Now they have something to lose, and I'm very proud of that. Great games, great plays, great zones. I love to see the quick reactions for some of these teams rotating into the zones. I love to see the decision makings that these IGLs have to go through. As a personal IGL, I know that a lot of being on top, a lot of decisions that were made are vital to what's going to happen next for their team, if they're going to lose one, if they're going to squad wipe, if they're going to make it into the final phase. But great job. Even the top tier teams had some shitters tonight. Love to see it. And sometimes I hate to see it, but I still love to see that you can still be the top tier team and have a shitter. You know what I mean? So it's awesome. So until Thursday, you guys have a good night. I've been frame banging, and see you guys later.
Don't forget, guys, Look Up has just been updated. So obviously we're 1 game behind now the total where we should be. And as I said, we'll catch up on Thursday. So we will see you guys Thursday, 7:15 for the players. Lobby will open, 7:30 for you guys out there. And obviously we will be streaming 5 games, 4 angles. 1 Miramar. It's going to be decent. As always, I am going to go out and raid someone. Again, I'll try and find someone with camera. I'll try and find someone on console. Go show this person some love, some support. Let's go have a look at some other people out in the community, or again, drop us in chat. If you ever want to be raided, I'm happy to raid anyone. I'll put you on my list. But I will go out and find someone. I've been BKG Mask. Thank you very much, Frame. We'll see you guys later. Peace.
You guys have a good night.
Thank you very much, Cancel. I need to find someone to raid. Browsing. Yeah, cheers, bro. I'll catch you. You hopefully Thursday or you gonna play? Ah, bro. Let me know, mate. Let me know. There are a few things that work. I'm gonna try and catch up with them boys. I don't want them to get in their heads, but they don't work. They just make a couple of mistakes. That's all. So. Appreciate it, brother. I'll catch you later, mate. You too, bro.
See through me, I don't mind it at all. Make me believe that you're all that I know. I see my feelings so true.